He won by 5 strokes. The number 1 overall earned his 3rd career major championship, overcoming a rough 2-over front 9 before going 2 under in the final 9 holes to finish with a 5-stroke win. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. How we doing? Welcome in. It's a Monday. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays. Yeah. I'm your old buddy, AJ. This is my old buddy, Rob Thompson. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, all. Good morning.
Vic Brown across the glass. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Oh, my. What a weekend. What a weekend. You know what I did last night, Rob?
No, I do not.
My buddy, guy that was an intern for me in Houston, now does a little bit of stand-up comedy. And he texted me. He's like, hey, I've got a show in San Antonio.
Got a solid 5.
Now, he is the you guys did that rock the mic thing before.
Yeah.
We used to do that in Houston, and this guy tried to do rock the mic, and his name is Trey. We call him Juggalo Trey because he looks like a juggalo. Like he's got big curly red hair and a giant beard and a gap tooth. Like he looks like he would be a juggalo.
Okay.
But he's not a juggalo. But that nickname has stuck with him. But he was on Rock the Mic. He is very, very autistic.
Okay.
And I knew he was not going to win Rock the Mic. But I said, I don't care. I want this guy to be part of the station because he can be a character on my show. And he was for a long time. And then eventually he became a producer and, you know, he made the most of the opportunity. Shortly after I left, he quit. I guess he was like, he didn't like whoever they put in charge of him after me was not.
Was that hacking it?
It didn't work for him.
Well,
when you're autistic, you like things a particular way.
yeah.
He liked things my way. He didn't like them. Whoever was next, he didn't like it that way. And now he lives in Austin, and he's been on the Kill Tony show a couple times, which is like a big deal in the comedy world. Down there at Joe Rogan's place in Austin, the show happens down there, and
They did a Kill Tony tour. They hit
San
Antonio a couple weeks back.
So he's like kind of, I don't want to say he's made it because he certainly hasn't based on last night, but he is working his way up through the comedy scene. And he was like, hey, man, I'm coming to San Antonio. Would you like to come out and see me perform? And I made the trip out there to a bar off of Marbach.
Where? Where on Marbach? I didn't expect this. All right.
All I said was, so Trey, did you bring me out here for comedy or just to see if I got mugged?
So, dude, okay, give me.
Man.
Is it inside the loop?
No, it's outside the loop.
Okay, so it's outside
okay,
410.
well,
Is it out inside of 1604?
Inside of 1604.
Okay. Well, it could be worse.
It could be.
It could have been worse.
It's right outside of 410. So it's
Okay, just right outside the loop. I know where there's kind of a mall on the right-hand side.
I'm pulling
there.
up the map here.
On the left-hand side, there's kind of a strip center on both sides of Marbach.
The cross street looks like the closest main cross street looks to be Ellison.
Oh, dude! All right.
Oh my God.
I used to skate over there, Skateland West.
Yeah. Gee.
That's not quite
I used to
Marbach.
date
but-
somebody that lived
So
down there.
Marbach and Ray Ellison, huh?
Yeah.
That's where I grew up, brother.
Oh, really?
That's my home. I grew up.
Well,
I grew up off of Ray Ellison Drive.
This is it's a little sports bar called Speedway Sports Bar.
I know.
It's a strip mall sports bar.
Nice. So he's got a booking agent that found him.
No. So the way it works is he won a contest, and his wife got third place in the contest. And so when you do the contest, you come back later, and you are either the opener or the headliner for the show. So
he's been here before.
He's been here before, yeah. But instead of it's a contest, and all the guys in the contest got 5 minutes. And I used to do these contests.
Solid 5 is hard to come up with. So
I used to do these contests to try to make money, and that's how I fell into radio. The right guy saw me doing one of these. Now I never did it at a bar quite like this, but you go where the money is, I guess. So he was headlining this show. Yeah, I mean, there was some horrific comedy.
Yeah, you got to start
horrific.
Oh man!
But he did a good job late in the he did about I think 12 minutes, something like that. He's like, yeah, I've got about 8 minutes of material, and he's like, and then I do some crowd work, and then I just kind of wing it for the rest.
Oh.
And I was like, wow, okay. And he's like, well, like I don't have to do 12. I'm set for 10, but I can do up to 15. And he's like, I can just kind of decide when I want to bail on it. So he tried out some new things, but yeah, it was an adventure. It was an adventure being out there.
Yeah, well, was he at least
new part of the city for me?
But I'm glad you're growing into your San Antonianess, and we don't like to introduce that till later.
Well,
it's part of the town you kinda have to grow
I've hit my 1 year, and they were like, might as well get over there.
Yeah, you got to grow it. But was he funny? Was it?
Yeah, he did. I mean, he was the funniest one on the bill, so that's a good sign.
Back in college, I tried.
Uh-huh.
I did.
It's hard, man.
Yeah, I did a little. At like the student union.
Yeah.
A little stand up. It was.
Didn't go well.
No, it went fine. It's just it's the most nervous, and it was the most difficult thing I've ever done.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I didn't. I did it a couple times. It just wasn't something for me. I always thought, well, maybe stand up now. Not for me.
No.
I'm more of a responsive. The timing is so difficult to get down.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes years to get those things wired tight.
I wanted to be in like an improv troupe.
See, that would have been more my speed. I think I'm more reactive, but the hard 5-minute lead in, lead out,
that's tough.
Transition joke. That's an art well beyond where I was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, listen, you probably could have finished top 5 at this thing last night.
I could have, and then you get to say a few jokes, and
I mean, there was some awkward moments like where
work the back of the bar.
The whole crowd was like, "Oh God,
dude!" And you make somebody mad over there, you might be limping home.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, there was a
Nobody broke into your car?
No one broke into my car.
Oh, good.
There was one guy who this was a risky play. He tried a bit. This is a white comic.
Okay.
And he there were a lot of black comics, and they were all using the N-word. And he's like, I can't do that. He's like, but because I like to sing along to hip hop in the car. He's like, so what I've done is I just take the character from Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and I make that my substitute word. And I say, but he said, but I go with Tigga because I don't like the hard R. And then he sang a song using the word Tigga instead of. And at the end
that's
of it,
a hard bit.
At the end of it, the judges were like, "Hey, man, we can't be responsible for what happens to you once you leave here.
Yeah,
you know that, right?"
Dude.
And this white dude says, "No, they get it."
No.
No.
So, okay, Bubba.
Whatever.
Oh.
No.
Rule number 1 is know your audience. Know your audience.
Right? You got to read the
There's
crowd,
some places this will go over real funny. Some places you're going to go do this, and people are going to laugh and laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other places, they're going to sit and wait for you to be done.
Yeah. They going to follow
Have a
follow
discussion
you
with
home.
you.
So, but yeah, it was
funny, though.
about
That's
what
good.
you'd expect. It was kind of a disaster, but it was a beautiful disaster, if you
Yeah,
will.
there we go.
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
I bought 2 beers, like
Should have been cheap.
2 mugs of beer,
Draft beer.
and it was Ziegenbach,
Okay.
and a vodka soda lime for Trey's wife. $14.
2 beers and a drink?
2 beers and a drink for $14.
That's appropriate pricing.
Not too bad.
No, that's nothing. See, the thing about it.
By my house, that's $30.
So many of us go to trendy bars, but neighborhood bars is, you got your neighborhood bar. You shouldn't pay more than about $5 a beer.
Yeah.
Ever. Or you're not my neighborhood bar.
I mean, these were like, big.
You get used to
mugs
going to
of
the
beer.
club and you get a $9 beer and think that's what the world looks like.
Yeah.
It's not. You just got to find the right corner bar.
So, so there was some upside, but I won't be going back to that place ever.
Well, maybe. You never know.
No, ever. Yeah,
You never know. Did they have the games on? Sports bar?
No.
No.
There were no games on. There were. You know what? I say that they did. They had a baseball game on. They had the Yankees-Mets game.
Darts?
They had 4 pool tables.
4 pool tables.
Oh yes. There were dart boards, but the dart area was where the comedians were all gathered.
Golden tee? They got a golden tee?
I didn't see one. No. Sorry. Or I don't think you want to go there, Rob.
Well, I'm just curious what I'm trying to.
They had some of the new slot machines that have questionable legalities. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
8-liners are not legal.
Okay,
They're not legal, and we'll pretend we didn't see those.
Okay. Well, I think there's some now that you can win. You can win credit to the.
Those are all illegal.
Oh well.
There's no legal slot machines in the state of Texas for any purpose.
Right. Exactly.
There were no police there.
No, I'm not saying it's only illegal when you get caught.
Right.
I mean,
right.
so it's not illegal.
Right.
It's just there until somebody makes a decision. But not the best thing to talk about there.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I retract that statement.
That didn't happen.
I ain't no snitch.
I'll just move them to the next place.
But again,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be at that place again
No,
anytime soon. I don't think the $14 tab was very nice, but I mean, I still think not for me.
Would they allow you to run a tab, or was it?
I could. Yeah, they gave me the opportunity to close it if I wanted.
I was at a place the other night, no tabs,
pay as you go only.
pay as you go.
Really?
I'm like, I'm gonna.
I don't like that
because there's a credit
I don't
card
carry
fee
cash.
every time.
Somebody messed up somewhere.
Yeah, somebody. It's a pretty popular bar.
Yeah.
But it was.
Well, it only hurts them
I would think.
because you're not paying the extra credit card fee.
I know, but you run it. Well, I think I am. At the end, I am. At the end of the day, I mean, they're gonna adjust their prices appropriately to eat that. So I'm like, that's like 9 credit card fees if you're there for any length of time.
Yeah.
So
that's an odd
genuinely
thing.
annoying. So I knew from that point on, if I go there, I'm taking cash.
Yeah, I never have cash on me unless I've been playing poker.
Even then, it's like straight to because if I have cash on me, it won't be there long.
It doesn't exist.
It just fritters away, just disappears.
Yeah.
If you break 100,
It's gone.
Oh,
Gone.
yeah. Instantly.
just
Yeah.
out into the ether.
No, I get that. All right, enough about. Well, by the way, shout out to anybody who's listening over there on the west side. Good to make your
man.
acquaintance yesterday.
It's a great part of the city. It is true San Antonio.
Yes,
we all have different neighborhoods.
That's right. That's right. We got a lot of giveaways today. It looks. What do we got? 5 giveaways.
Yeah,
5 giveaways in 4 hours.
Wow. Including the Simple Plan, Bigger Than You Think tour,
Which
the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders live show and audition.
not as big as you think.
Well, depends. I mean, they're maybe not all real, but they're all. Some of them are as big as you think.
One's bigger than you think.
And then guess what else we've got? We got another pair of ACL wristbands to give away this weekend. We can now. We're here, so we're going to qualify some people today.
Wow, we got an extra pair.
Yep. Now I do want to say this is the last chance.
As far as we know, this is it. We
yeah.
did the same thing as last week.
Yes.
Qualify all week long. If you qualify, not only now we'll have double mellow mushroom giveaways today. We'll have the standard one
because it is it's a mellow mushroom Monday,
and then we'll have the mellow mushroom giveaway with the ACL wristbands at another time.
Yes. So I'm going to be very busy keeping up with all those things today. It's a Monday, so we'll talk about losers. And listen, we got there was a big basketball match yesterday. I don't know if you were aware that. Yeah, Rob didn't get to see it.
No, I was elsewise occupied.
Yeah, so
watching the fine UTSA graduation.
So I'll tell Rob what happened in the game yesterday. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your early morning commute, we do have a closure on the west side. This is due to some road work. Crews are repairing a water main break, so we are closed on 90 on the frontage road. eastbound, Hunt Lane on over to 410. The exit ramp is blocked as well. On 90 eastbound Montgomery to 410, that's starting to fill in and slow down. We've also got some road work at 35 southbound Olympia Parkway to 1604 in the right lane that is causing some delays. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
My name is John Clay Wolf. I'm the founder of GimmeTheVin.com. Every month, for the next 10 months, everyone that sells us their car to GimmeTheVin.com will get put in a drawing for a $25,000 winner. We're going to pull one of you out of a hat, and somebody's going to win $25 grand. So we're paying more, and you might win $25 grand. GiveMeTheVin.com. They don't call us America's Best Car Buyer for nothing.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED. But Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
At the Institute for Functional Health, we are dedicated to helping you live life fully, playing with your kids, golfing, and feeling great without relying on pills. We're not about treating symptoms temporarily. We're about extending your health span, the years you live in good health. I'm Dr. Torres, and for over a decade, my team has transformed lives by tackling health issues at the root. Tired of medications without real answers? Take control of your health with us. Call 210-468-1891 for a free Discovery Day consultation or visit IFFhealth.com. Improve your health span today.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
San Antonio, Austin, and St. Louis. CordellCordell.com.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something? Boat wins! Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing? Boat wins! Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing? Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat. Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
We had so much fun last week, we're doing it again. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is gearing up once more to send you to the Austin City Limits Music Festival. 9 stages, 2 weekends. More big-time artists than at Texas Tailgate during rodeo season. October 3rd through the 5th, and again October 10th through the 12th, right up the road in the live music capital of the world. We're talking Sabrina Carpenter, Hosier, Doja Cat, Luke Combs, The Strokes, John Summit, Doechii, Fade, and a whole mess of other artists turned up Zilker Park into the biggest backyard party in Texas. Listen to the Morning Huddle and the Blitz all this week for another shot to win a pair of 3-day wristbands to Weekend 2. We'll crown one lucky winner on each show this Friday, and every qualifier scores a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Cold drinks, hot pizza, 3-day ACL wristbands. Now, that's a South Texas trifecta. Grand Slam in the bottom of the 9th. Want to skip the contest and buy your way in? Head to aclfest.com. But we say, why pay when you can win? With 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Yeah! Good morning! How about over the weekend? I don't know who did it. Maybe somebody on the Brigade Bar knows.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody took down our picture of Kitty Big Balls.
Where was it, on your seat?
It was on my seat, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't appear to have been done in anger. It was left in good shape.
But, I mean...
Was there anybody else broadcasting in here over the weekend, I wonder?
Not that I know of.
I bet it was Pledger. It had to be either Pledger or Edwin.
I think it was probably Pledge and Joe. We knew it was.
But Pledger didn't want to do it today, or Edwin didn't want to admit to it today because I brought donuts. So, you know, everybody except Vic likes me today. But Edwin was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I never seen that picture before in my life. But
well, he was here Friday.
Oh yeah, he was.
He knew what he was doing.
He
I don't think he did it. He fessed up.
Okay, so it was Pledger.
I think it was, but again, it wasn't like it was ripped down. It was thoughtfully taken down and left in your seat.
But why would he do that?
Well, I think it was probably in a camera angle that they didn't understand.
Why wouldn't he take that Cowboys flag down?
Because they know what that is. They might not have known why the hell there was a picture of a cat.
Pledger knows who this cat is. It's not just a cat. Pledger knows that cat.
That is the cat.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think if it was done in anger, we'd have never seen that picture again.
That's
They
true.
were trying to be nice.
They were.
I'll print another one.
Yeah. I mean,
Right?
Yeah. We ain't running out of ink anytime soon around here, Bubba.
Nope.
Hell no. All right. The Denver Nuggets gone fishing. Valiant effort, but the Thunder just too much. And I got to be honest, Rob. I think what we're looking at is we're about to it's a coronation.
Well, don't go too far yet. This is a team that goes through droughts. And that's the kind of thing that loses big games. So they're the best team still playing.
But it's not even close.
Yeah, I'll give that to them. But this is a team that's young, and they overcame some nerves, and that home crowd helped. You play 82 for that, and it evidently worked. They were down by 11 in the first. But this is a team that is a momentum bucket-getting team. They're not a good shooting team.
No.
So I think if they just play their game, it shouldn't be difficult. But this, you lose one at home. They did. They've shown that they're capable of going through prolonged droughts.
Here's why I say that. I think this team needed to feel that pressure. They needed to feel like, okay, it feels like maybe this was a wake-up call that, hey, you can't just sleep. Well, you can't roll out your jersey and say, hey, we're the Thunder.
Yeah.
We're going to win this thing.
How good is Denver? I mean, let's be realistic. This is a team that fired their coach 3 weeks before the end of the play.
The best player in the world is on their team.
Yeah, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that this wasn't a massive achievement. It was. They beat the former world champs. But in the grades of teams they've had to play, they got tested, and they've survived the test. They're going to get a Minnesota team that's been resting, and I expect them to be a little slow on the up, getting moving on. That's tomorrow night. So I think they're going to get a good head start, a good quick win, because they're still feeling the high and still in rhythm like a horse is when they're racing. So I expect them to get out, and Minnesota might give them a little bit more, but I'm still not convinced that Minnesota gives them the test that I expect them to get from Indiana, maybe? I don't know. They're the best team here. I just am afraid that offensively you go through droughts, and that's the one thing that you look at and go, man, if it wasn't for that, it would be a coronation.
But they are also
close.
They are elite defensively.
They are.
And man, you saw them even when their shot wasn't falling early yesterday. You saw the frustration for OKC when things started for Denver when things started to kind of unravel. 22 turnovers. You don't win NBA playoff games when you turn the ball over 22 times.
And it seems like they didn't have their coach was playing, it felt like. I don't know if Adelman's going to be a long-term successful coach. It just felt like he was in over his head for a couple of games. They sound like they had a good game plan. They started out with something that was working, and then the Caruso on Joker sounds like something that they could never quite figure out.
It was crazy, Rob. I mean, Caruso's not a big guard. And, he's going up against one of the 5 best big men who have ever played basketball, arguably.
Oh, the number's solid. Yeah. It just feels like something that should be something you can overcome. You're telling me that the turning point of this game, and it happened pretty early, was them putting a guard on as you just said, one of the top 5 to ever play and maybe the best player in the world. You're telling me Alex Caruso stopped the best player in the world?
Yeah.
So, I look back on this and I go, they were hamstrung. We can give a lot of credit to Aaron Gordon, but if you're playing on a grade 2 hamstring sprain, how much can you really do?
No doubt.
And then I'm trying to press the brakes on a team that looks like they're going to just speed through the rest of the playoffs. This could be 8 more games and we're hosting a title. It could easily be 4 straight against Minnesota and just curb stomp whoever comes out of the East. It could be that way.
I was telling you, like, the fascinating thing about that team is they have their 3 big dogs, Chet, Jalen, and Shea. And then they have, like you always say, like, good teams have a guy like that. The Thunder have, like, 4 of those guys. Like, they've got an embarrassment of riches for great role players, and Caruso was, elite. Caruso's plus-minus yesterday was plus 40. Plus 40. And he was on the floor guarding the best player in the world who has about 1.5 feet and about 120 pounds on him. But not just him, Lugens Dort, like, that's like a good glue guy, like, a guy who does all the dirty work.
Now, Dort's a draft pick.
They drafted him. Cason Wallace, who I think Cason Wallace is probably going to eventually become a star, although I'm guessing it will be somewhere other than Oklahoma City. But right now, it's like he's instant energy, off the bench. Even Aaron Wiggins didn't have the best game, but like if that's your 9th best player, dude, it's just they're stacked.
We saw Aaron Wiggins tells me where they were, but that's a great benefit to drafting your starting 5 and knowing what you got, and still having number 1 draft picks, still having high draft picks where you really can start. Not necessarily, you always draft the best player you can get, but at least at that point, because salary's not going to be an issue, you can start drafting a little bit for fit if you feel comfortable. And I think that OKC, like Detroit will start showing us in the next couple of years, have been drafting so high for so long that you've got a bunch of guys that are highly talented, all young, and all destined to play and really become stars elsewhere. But for a moment, you have this revolving door of great young players. And my goodness, OKC has benefited from that because, 1, they've been great all year. 2, they've been able to play these guys in tough times. All these guys have played good minutes throughout the year because they're so deep and have won so many games that they've been able to actually put together an 8 or even, like you said, 9 deep rotation in a game 7. Think about that.
Yeah.
You went 9 deep in a game 7.
Well, mind you,
it's still a blowout. I get you.
About 10 minutes left. The Nuggets waved the white flag and set Joker down. They're like, enough.
And normally game 7s are closer blowouts.
Yeah.
It's normally one or the other. But the fact, I guarantee you, Aaron Wiggins woke up yesterday maybe thinking he'd get a minute or two, hoping, but he wasn't a definite in the second quarter or third quarter. So it is a benefit of great drafting, certainly, because they've had the picks, and a lot of teams have had the picks.
Yeah.
And have ruined it. And Sam Presti has continually, over 20 years, been one of the best eyes for talent in all of basketball.
They just had I won't say they never miss, but I haven't seen them miss much.
Look at the dudes that have rolled through. Look, I mean, I can count 4 Hall of Famers that aren't even on their team anymore.
Yeah.
That have just rolled through.
And they didn't draft Shea, but they got him pretty damn quick. And
well, they traded as fast as they could. I mean, I give them. It's kind of like Caruso. They got Caruso as fast as they could.
Yep. So I just think it's a matter of time before these dudes have the trophy in their hands. Maybe I'm wrong.
No,
but,
you're right. You're 80% right. But when you look at what would be the reason it doesn't happen? And
I think it's injury.
Injury, obviously. But if all things remain equal, the one thing I'd have seen them go through in this series specifically is 8-9 minute droughts where they just can't hit the side of the barn. And that's especially against a team like Indiana, you give up 3 rebounds, that could be 9 points and bam.
But the good thing is almost every game they put the other team through those same kind of droughts.
Absolutely. That's why they're the best team in basketball. But there is that one little part of their game where you go, that's the one that worries me.
All right, we'll continue this discussion. It's Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your early morning commute, we do have a closure on the west side. This is due to some road work. Crews are repairing a water main break, so we are closed on 90 on the frontage road eastbound. Hunt Lane on over to 410. The exit ramp is blocked as well. On 90 eastbound Montgomery to 410, that's starting to fill in and slow down. We've also got some road work at 35 southbound Olympia Parkway to 1604 in the right lane that is causing some delays. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Missions fans, get ready for AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Enjoy $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more. This Tuesday, first pitch at 7:05 p.m. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at samissions.com.
The water coming in and out of your home is like laughter. Here in San Antonio and the Hill Country, it can be harsh. Now that's harsh. At the same time, those that know have a Connecticut quality water softener enjoy this. Smooth, soft, pure, clean water. The difference is astounding. Hard water, soft water. If you don't have a Connecticut water softener in your home, you're basically inviting destructive hard water to beat up your appliances, hot water heater, and every pipe in your home. And that's no laughing matter.
For a limited time, get a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off a trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months. Call Connecticut of San Antonio in the Hill Country, 210-656-PURE.
Connecticut is simply the best water softener you can buy, and that's why we say it's the last water softener you'll ever own. Don't live with. Live with.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
License number 38961.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the OrthoNow Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. OrthoNow provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, OrthoNow has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
And Doug.
Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu? Is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bum, 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 bum. Who sings this song?
Lips Incorporated.
Yeah. This reminds me of playing Little League Baseball at Southeast. Remember by Highlands?
Right now, I'm jam skating at Skateland West.
Yeah. Us is right there on Goliad. Was it Carvel Skateland? Yeah, that's where I went.
Jam skate. If you're not a...
This reminds me of old people.
It should.
It should, yeah.
If I was to do what I was doing then, I'd break a hip.
This is Rob.
Oh, man.
Hey, now. You want a Coke float?
I'd
like a suicide,
please.
please.
Huge collars.
Oh, like, give me a suicide. Peace, bruh.
Hey.
Peace.
All love, baby. Every once in a while, I would take my kids. They'd have some kind of a birthday party over at one of the skating rinks in Houston when they were little kids. And there was always a guy who was like a little bit older than me.
Yeah, way too old.
Oh, yeah.
Had it like
his own skates.
Had his own skates. Usually they were like light up.
Right.
And he was like,
good.
Oh, dude, I'm talking like you should be in the Olympics.
Yeah, you know what? You're way too good.
Way too good at skating as a 45, 50-year-old man.
Too much time at the rink.
This doesn't make sense. I tell my kids, don't talk to him.
Don't talk to him. He's weird.
Whatever he's like, he might try to tell you, so don't listen to him. Stay away from him.
Don't take pointers or nothing. Just leave
Get
him
away
alone.
from him.
Yeah.
Well, if I had a daughter, it'd be even worse. You know he's out there trying to impress some honeys. Because that's the only reason dudes ever go roller skating.
Yeah, that's about it.
Did you ever go roller skating for any other reason?
To meet girls. But just about 99% of everything I've done in my life
was
about women.
Yeah.
So that was just one more thing.
She's going to be there. I got to go.
One of them will be. If not her, somebody else.
Yeah. Have you ever done anything that wasn't to make money, meet women, or eat food?
That's about it. Just those three basics.
Yeah. Like we've
One
got
of those three got
we
me out of
are.
the house. Yeah.
That's about all that
I'm pretty
get you out
base,
of the house.
That adds up just about everything I've done in my life.
Yeah, try really hard to think of another piece of the
money.
The pie graph. There's not a lot of room left for stuff.
Yep. And normally I'm doing the other two for the third. Now you can pick which of those two for the third, but it's one of those two for the third one.
I guess you can add get drunk into the eat food category.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I mean, it's all food and beverage,
But I'm also making money to pay for the food and the sex. But I'm having
Right.
sex because I made fun. So I need all three to happen.
Peter,
Pretty
Rob,
regularly.
and Paul. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
All right. We didn't get to talk about the game on Friday.
God, what a letdown.
Boy, oh boy.
Although I ended up watching the Rangers-Astros, which turned out to be a lot of fun. But that's a whole other thing.
Okay. Yeah, but it's sad when you're turning away from a
Game 7.
Well, it was Game 6, I guess. It didn't need 7, but it was pretty obvious early on. This is not going to be a game. I mean, the Celtics. You talk about rolling over and dying.
I don't know what to make of that. I mean, it's hard to be mad at them because you knew it was going to be hard. But, dude, what was the final? Was it 60 points? What was the final?
119 to 81.
40.
Yeah. It was 64 to 37 at halftime.
Is there any more annoying and entertaining fan group than Winning Knick Fan roaming the streets?
No.
Winning Knick Fan.
They
is
are
the
in the
most
they're in the
annoying
category.
and entertaining all at the same. I don't want to be around them. I want to watch them. I just don't want to be near them.
I mean, the level of excitement is, but it also makes me like.
Makes me want to kick their ass.
Yeah,
it really does. I want to see sad Knick fan. I really do. And it's not most Knick fans. There's just a few I want to see cry. Who's the comedian that he's an actor, comedian. He is a Knick fan through and through. Red hair. I saw him sitting on a picture of him sitting on the subway going to the game. And he was in Knicks full regalia. I can't. He's been around for a long time. In fact, the movie that I always remember him of was True Romance. He's still around now, but True Romance. He was he was one of the Christian's friends in L.A. He was the roommate of Brad Pitt.
I don't know.
Michael Rappaport.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I want to see crying Michael Rappaport.
Yeah. Michael Rappaport's a very angry man.
Yeah, so I want sad and just dismantled Brian Rappaport. Because
Michael Rappaport.
Just because Knick fan is so deluded.
Yeah.
They truly believe that they've got a chance to win a title.
Yeah. They're not only do they believe like they're convinced they're going to.
Yes, and you want to go, okay.
Now, to be fair, they are well favored in the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
But yeah, Spike Lee and Ben Stiller and Bobby De Niro and Tracy Morgan and
oh yeah, I want to see sad. I want to see him blowing chunks again. I want to see that.
Timothy Chalamet.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, I saw him.
I hate Timothy Chalamet.
I really don't have any reason to.
I don't either.
Too.
But you just hate him.
I just hate him now. Jerry Seinfeld and Chris Rock and Jon Stewart, all with their blue and orange gear. I do hope they get their ass kicked. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's the same as Laker fan. I don't want the Lakers to win anything.
Yeah. But the Laker fan normally is justified in their fandom. They're normally a really good team. The Knicks are deluded.
Yeah.
I mean, they are feasting on other people's problems. This wasn't a fully functioning Celtic team. It wasn't.
No.
So I don't wish them ill will. I'd like this to go to a point where they lose a game at home in a devastating way.
Yeah. 50 Cent, usually at the Knicks games.
Most of these guys I'm not mad at. Some of them I get it. You know, these guys haven't had a lot of success over none in 50 years.
Robert says, hold up, is this a Cowboys fan saying all this stuff about Knicks fan? Hello, pot, meet kettle.
Truth. I'm not denying my problems, but but I can also spot it when I see it because I am one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I look at them and go, yeah, game recognizes game, and neither one of us got it.
Yeah. That's why I cheer for teams that either no one cares about or people actively hate. Like, cheering for the Astros is It's not something that anybody's like going to jump on the bandwagon for
But,
because
you're a dyed-in-the-wool Houston fan.
generally, like everybody's like, "Oh, you're an Astros fan," and they throw something at you.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
as an Aggie, you get used to that. As being part of a club, like I know you ain't fake. If you saying you're an Astro fan, I respect that. You ain't lying, and I mean, you don't lie about such things.
Or like the Bills, like. I cheer for a team that's never won, ever.
Anybody tells me they're a Bills fan, I'm like, I respect that.
Yeah, and it's real easy right now for people to go, oh, yeah, I'm sure you're a diehard.
You've had your teeth kicked in as much as any Cowboy fan over the last 5 years.
Don't tell me, Bubba. Don't tell me I'm some kind of I'm Charlie Brown kicking the football just as much as Cowboy fan. Except every once in a while, you guys at least hit the football. That must be nice. No, but yeah, Nick fan it's an obnoxious breed.
Bing
certainly.
Bing bong.
Yeah, I'm out on Nick fan, and actually I'm actively rooting against them right now. Although it would be kind of fun to get them to the finals and just let Oklahoma City just mollywop them, because then they'd be even more devastating for Nick fan.
OKC fan rolling into the Garden in their overalls,
because I've already gotten tweets from Nick fan. From back when I was saying the Knicks are the most phony good team in the league, and
I think might have to eat those words. I get the sense that the Pacers is about to boat race these fools.
I hope so.
I think they're gonna. I don't think that the Knicks. I think the Knicks are pretty proud of what they did to a Celtic team that has some internal issues. Man, I don't see how. I know you lose your best player, but. This team hadn't played well all offseason. For whatever, all playoffs. They just haven't played well. They never meshed. They beat a Miami team that shouldn't have even been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think as we get a month or so down the road, we're going to find out something going on with Boston. That was just humiliating. So I don't think they've had it too difficult yet.
All right, let's hit our last break of the hour. We'll wrap up this one. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
We had so much fun last week, we're doing it again. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is gearing up once more to send you to the Austin City Limits Music Festival. 9 stages, 2 weekends. More big-time artists than at Texas Tailgate during rodeo season. October 3rd through the 5th, and again October 10th through the 12th. Right up the road in the live music capital of the world. We're talking Sabrina Carpenter, Hosier, Doja Cat, Luke Combs, The Strokes, John Summit, Doechii, Fade, and a whole mess of other artists turned up Zilker Park into the biggest backyard party in Texas. Listen to the Morning Huddle and the Blitz all this week for another shot to win a pair of 3-day wristbands to Weekend 2. We'll crown one lucky winner on each show this Friday, and every qualifier scores a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Cold drinks, hot pizza, 3-day ACL wristbands. Now, that's a South Texas trifecta. Grand Slam in the bottom of the 9th. Want to skip the contest and buy your way in? Head to aclfest.com. But we say, why pay when you can win? With 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Did you know that 70% of divorces are filed by women? She's already thinking about it. Don't get caught off guard. Contact Barton & Associates today and get your freedom back before Father's Day. TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. We'll do some giveaways starting in the next hour. I'm going to send someone to the Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders on Tour live show and audition May 25th at the Aztec Theater.
You got your act down?
I'm ready. I was going to say, do you want to go as a pair, a tandem?
One of us is going to have to do the lifting.
Not me.
Well, come on, Vic. We can't really lift you.
I can't lift anything.
You're the one. I thought that's why you were working out.
That's why you'd jump back in the weights.
Oh.
You're going to have to hold me up with one hand while I do a herky.
That is it. So, are you going to work out today, Vic, or are you done working out now?
No, I have to. Yeah, I'm going to do 5 days a week.
5 days a week.
It's only about 30 minutes, 30, 45 minutes.
What, do you have a video that you're watching?
No, there's this printout that my son has that I just do this in order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we got a Peloton recently.
Uh-huh.
I found a coach.
Have you taken it out of the plastic yet? Are you using it?
Put together.
Did you plug it in?
It's plugged in.
Okay.
But I didn't realize you can catalog and find your favorite coach.
Okay.
And you have to go and I found a dude that I like.
Now is it like a live class?
They're live and recorded. You
do recorded?
Normally it's recorded, but I'm not.
Okay.
Normally I'm not I don't know it enough. I'd like to.
Now, do you have the running
live.
Peloton or the biking
We have
Peloton?
The biking. I'd like to do it live.
Okay.
But I haven't done it yet because I probably can't keep up.
What's the furthest you've gone?
Well, I've done a workout. I mean, it's not so much about distance; it's time. There's sometimes you're standing up and you're not even pedaling because you're taking a breath, and sometimes it depends on your coach and what you're doing, but it's pretty intense. It's
okay.
It's
do they throw you right in the deep end, or is there a beginner class?
You can pick. There's a lot depending on how you want to pay and what you want to pay for. So yeah, you can find. There's so many different that I found one that I kind of enjoyed. It's kind of more of a comedy ride as opposed to. You can get the ones that are barking at you, screaming, and then there's the ones that you're reaching. Then you got the women coaches. Mostly it's the women, which I enjoy a lot of theirs, but it's more about they coach in ways that I don't really need.
I will say there is something to having it. Now it wouldn't work in the Peloton sense, but if you ever go to a fitness class coached by a lady. Mm-hmm. You will push yourself harder.
Oh, that's true. I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
You can't look weak in front of them.
Well, it's that, and they're just harder on us.
Yeah.
And that's the other part.
What a wimp.
When I coach my kids, the kids always listen to their mom. They don't ever listen to their dad.
Yeah.
There's something about listening to a woman. Work harder. All right.
Oh, dude, my kids are the opposite. My wife calls my kids chauvinists, my younger one especially. They act like, how do you know that? You're a woman. She's like, what? Who taught them this? And I'm like, what? Wasn't me. I don't know where they got that from.
That'll change quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't say that stuff. That's crazy.
Y'all are foolish.
Y'all are.
I'll cut you loose.
Climbing up a hill that I ain't going up with you.
Your mama love you forever. I'll cut you loose.
Yeah.
I'll make another one look just like you.
Good luck. Well, I can't. I'm out of bullets. So yeah, it's not gonna be me, but somebody will.
Listen to your mother.
Yeah, listen to your mom. Do the right thing, boys. Yeah, we were talking about the Celtics game. I don't know if, I mean, like you said, the Celtics are certainly flawed, right? And particularly without Tatum, but I don't think you can lose 119-81 because of one person.
Yeah, there's a style problem. There's an internal problem. There's a problem.
Derek White stunk in that game. He'd been so good in the series, and he was dreadful. And I'm more impressed with what Indiana did in the second round than I am with what the Knicks did.
I am too. I think because of a sum total of how they did it. They beat a team that thought they were going to beat them. You know, they beat a team that had been number one all year long and exposed them. Exposed their primary weakness and never let them get off the mat.
Yeah.
Respect.
You know who I think is gone for the Celtics? Drew Holiday.
Yeah, he looks old. Al Horford, too. I mean, they've aged out.
What? I give Al Horford credit. I know how old Al Horford is, and I'm like, he's at least, he serves his job out there. He serves his purpose, and he knows what he is.
Yep.
Like, he doesn't think he's one of the 3-4 best players on the floor. He's just out there. He's doing his the dirty work. He's doing his thing. I respect it.
Yeah, but
Drew Holiday still wants to be like a star.
Well, he had to be yesterday or Saturday. He had to be.
Well,
you don't have Tatum, and
he didn't.
You're the next dude, so
it was bad.
Well, he didn't pan out. Derek White didn't pan out. I didn't expect Pritchard to save the day. That's not his job. His job is to
played
augment.
Pretty well.
That's what I'm saying. So the guy's job that was to augment was the one that stepped in, and the dudes that are getting paid. Derek White got paid to be the dude to fill the void, and that he didn't. And that's why there are stars, and then there are guys that help stars. And Derek White's always going to be the guy that helps stars. There's nothing wrong with that. You can't have nothing but stars, but when you needed him, he wasn't there.
But I think Derek White also kind of accepts that that's what he is.
Oh
Drew Holiday believes he's a star.
Well, he was.
But he's not anymore.
No. But he's paid to be.
Yeah.
Again, I think as time gets out and we hear from the inside of that locker room, there's more going on than just Jason Tatum getting beat. They were on the ropes before he got hurt.
And I guess you got to give some credit to the Knicks in this game. Mikal Bridges, particularly, I thought was phenomenal in that game.
He's the reason this thing is working.
He is a roller coaster ride, though. There's games when they lose, it's generally because he's awful, and when they win, it's generally because he's been great. So,
and if I'm the Pacers, I go into this going, I can't stop Brunson. I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to make it hard on him, but I can stop Mikal Bridges.
Yeah. And I also think the Pacers, you know what, we'll talk about where I think the Pacers might have an edge on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
KTFM Floresville, your home for the Super Bowl. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
How is it you not buckle? Cammy, we're not going far. Mm-hmm. But I know these roads well. Mm-hmm. This big old truck will protect me and you. Ugh. Am I gonna get a ticket? Mm-hmm.
Save the excuses. Click it or ticket, day and night. A message from Texas.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 Gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s. And less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-917-4635 and you are guaranteed a $10 Gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These Gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-917-4635. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-917-4635 now to secure your $10 Gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-917-4635.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We've just cleared a couple of our trouble spots. That accident on 410 eastbound before 37 has cleared. Also the stall, 1604 westbound at Huebner. Now we've got crews on the west side on 90 on the frontage road eastbound, Hunt Lane to 410. They are repairing a water main break, so we've got a closure on the frontage road. The exit ramp blocked as well. Highway 90 is filling in on the eastbound side between FM 471 and 410, and road work continues 35 southbound Olympia Parkway to 1604 right lane. It is causing some delays. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Thunder routed the Nuggets in Game 7 to advance to the Western Conference Final for the first time since 2016. Scottie Scheffler rolled to his third major win at Quail Hollow. He won by 5 strokes. The number 1 overall earned his third career major championship, overcoming a rough 2-over front 9 before going 2 under in the final 9 holes to finish with a 5-stroke win. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
7:02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Good morning, everybody. Rob was talking about the Kobe Bryant, LeBron James.
I know.
This is your chance.
Basketball card.
This is your chance to get
it's
it.
a 29-2010 Upper Deck Exquisite Collection, dual NBA logo, autographed patches with LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, both with signed, used patches and logo man card. Opening bid is at $700,000. Reserve is at $854. Expected to go to 7 figures.
Well, I don't really like basketball cards, so I'm out on this one.
Okay.
My wife would be really mad if I spent that kind of money on a basketball card, especially right now we're like buying a house and stuff.
Like, they don't have a house to move into.
They'd have to take a few post-dated checks from me if I was going to buy it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I was taught early that if you've got those patch cards are usually a little bit thicker.
Okay.
And I was taught early you don't send those in to get graded because the thicker the card is, the harder it is to get a good grade on it because there's more corners, there's more surface area for it to be messed up.
Right, there you go.
And this card,
but it's one of one. It's as perfect can be.
No, it's not. It would be worth more if it wasn't graded.
Well, it's only one of them.
I know.
So the value is there's not more or less. If there
but people wouldn't know that it was a 6.5 grade.
Well, it should be a 10. There's no other. I mean, okay, so if you buy it at 6.5, there'll never be a 6.6.
No, it's the best one that there's going to be.
11. It's like the Spinal Tap. It goes to 11. It's one louder. Well, why didn't we just make it 10? No, this one goes to 11. Well, why didn't you make 10 the value? So I don't understand why grading hurt this. There's only one of them.
So what the grade does is it tells you like what kind of flaws are on the card.
So that would make sense to me if I was comparing this one to that one, and if they were the same, and this one, because it has more flaws, is more valuable than that one. There is no other one. It's kind of like if I found a Hannes Wagner card
But
tomorrow,
then why grade it? Why grade it to begin with?
Well, that's okay. Why grade it? I can see why I'd want to grade if I'm about to spend $9 million on this thing. So give me something. I know this. There'll never be one of the higher grade.
No, there will not be.
So why would that? If there's never going to be a higher graded one ever made, why don't we make that one the perfect? Why would this take away from the value? Is what I'm getting at.
Well, because the companies that do that, like the PSA or whatever, they've got a responsibility to give their fair grade.
I get it, but I mean, do you think the grade affected the price? I mean, if I want
yes,
this,
I do.
Oh, so, yeah. Really? And but there's only one of them.
Even though there's only one, I do think if it were a 10 out of 10, I mean, it would already be well into the millions.
I don't understand.
And
that's why I'll never be
companies
in
too.
trading cards. Because that's silly. We have that is a limit placed on it by everybody who doesn't have that card. There's only one of them. I have the only one, but you're telling me that's flawed. Okay, but there's only one.
Well, that's like if you had, let's say you had a Shelby Mustang Cobra, like some racing edition that was the only one in the world, but someone kicked the door in. And there was a giant dent in the door. It couldn't be sold as the same amount as a mint condition.
It would, but that's only in comparison to something else. If the condition is this is it, you either get this or nothing. So you can say in your eyes, oh, it's worth less until I put it for sale.
Yeah,
I mean, there's only one of them. You either want it or you don't. And to compare it, say, well, it's flawed. It should, if it was perfect, it'd be worth $11 million. There's not another one. I don't get that. You know what I mean? I just don't get that part of the trading part. It's limiting.
Well, just because there's only one doesn't mean that it's perfect.
But I'm talking this, but perfect and only one, I guess, are how we're getting stuck here. There'll never be another one of these.
No.
But you're telling me it's less valuable because
it's not as in good of condition as it should be.
I don't get that. That's where you lose me in this whole industry.
Well, I am, as you know, I am now an expert because I've been in trouble with my wife multiple times. So
So how much do you think legitimately, in your limited experience, what do you figure? 3 million, 4 million by the time we're done? We got another 26 days of bidding.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, it's gonna go.
I'm gonna go at 1.6 million.
So you're gonna go. It's at 700,000 now, so we're about it'll up by about 12, 15
Is that what it
times.
started at?
I know it might be. It says current bid, and it says 854 with buyer's premium, which tells me that's probably the reserve. So we're not even to the reserve yet.
So now here's some interesting comps. A LeBron Kobe dual logo man from 04-05 sold for $840,000.
What was its grade? Now we're talking about comparisons. Now I get the comparison.
It doesn't say that it had a grade.
Oh, so maybe they didn't grade.
They may not have. But there was a card that was a triple logo man that had LeBron, Kobe, and Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah, I think
that went for $1.68 million.
Okay, that's the most valuable. I can't imagine.
But it also says one of Bryant's best cards in existence, an 03-04 Ultimate Logo Man 1 of 1, sold last year for $1.58 million.
But that's not I guess.
And that was just Kobe.
It's just Kobe. Man, that seems to me, apart from the grade, the Kobe, LeBron, Michael would be pretty hard to. My gosh.
Yeah.
That's it.
Unless you just don't like one of those three.
Well, I mean, even if you don't like them, you game recognize game.
To me, they're tulip bulbs, man.
Is
that the one you just mentioned right there?
No, that's LeBron, isn't it?
Oh, this is.
Or no, that's Kobe. Is it 101?
0304 Upper Deck.
22 million.
No, that's 1.58 million.
No, I'm looking bottom right. That's 22,000 opening bid. I'm sorry, my eyes aren't very
This
good.
is something else.
That's the 03-04. But the one the 1 of 1 was a logo man, so it was it had the it had that same patch.
Yeah, the logo mans are sought after.
So you're telling me some clown, some everyday Joe, went into his card shop and just got this out of a box. Just bought the box.
Yep.
This wasn't held back by whatever the card company is and released to make some money. This was some fool just went and bought the card, opened the box, and found a $1.2 million card.
Yeah.
Yep. Some guy bought...
You see why I play the game?
No, I get it. Well, I mean, is it a game? Feels rigged.
This is why I this is why I tempt fate with my marriage, because I'm hoping for that big winner, baby.
It just feels...
And then some guy pulled a Paul Skeens from a Walmart, buying cards at Walmart.
That was the kid. They got offered Pirates tickets.
Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of luck, chance. My thing is, you have $200 boxes behind the counter, and then you just have the ones at Walmart that are like $40. Right? And some of them are, what's the name of them?
Hobby boxes are the good ones. Those are the ones that are more expensive. You can only get them in like card shops.
Yeah, okay. That was
or
my
at card
question.
shows.
Yeah.
The other ones you can get, they're retail boxes. You can get it like Target or Walmart. And generally, like a hobby box will say, okay, there's guaranteed autographs inside or whatever.
Or at least 4 or 1
Yeah, there's
autograph.
X amount of this inside this box. And with a retail box, usually there's no guarantee. It's you get what you get. You don't throw a fit, as the kids would say. But, I mean, I guess every once in a while, luck of the draw, baby. Luck of the draw.
Every once in a while. I'm happy that happens, because my thought was some broker bought, 8 pallets.
I mean, maybe he
and
did.
open them up. See, that to me feels manipulated.
Oh, like finding the golden ticket?
It's like De Beers and the Diamonds. You're manufacturing demand by holding back. And because I feel like this company probably has 3 or 4 of these dual logo autographed that they're just going to hold back, and then suddenly 16, 15 years from now, oh, look, we found another one.
Yeah. Well, there won't be another one because it's 1-on-1.
Well, they tell me that.
Well, it's printed on the card.
Well, yeah, they say that.
Well, no, I mean,
but
if there's another 1-of-1, I think they would get sued.
Well, I would like to think they would be. It just feels like it's such a controlled thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I have one 1-of-1 card. I didn't pull it out of a pack. I bought it from a person, and if I found out there was another one, I'd be pissed.
But would you have any recourse?
Yeah, I would kill him.
Well, there's that.
I'd
But
kill him with a
would you
gun.
have legal recourse?
No, I would think so. I think you would, because
we thought that was the only one. It turns out there was another one. It was our mistake. We didn't know.
Well, yeah, your mistake just cost you some money. Sorry, friend.
Well, I mean, I didn't know. Sue me.
Yeah, I mean, you printed them. You have to know. You got to.
There's another. Oh,
have a little quality
but what
control.
if another company printed one?
Well, then it wouldn't be the same card.
Right,
it'd still be 1-of-1.
So there, like if I owned like that's an upper deck card. If I owned Topps and I got now, I would have to find a way to get Kobe and LeBron to sign, and usually those guys are on some sort of a. They work with one card company, and that's who they'll deal with. But let's say they didn't have an exclusive deal, and I got them to sign, and I got 2 patches just like that. I could say this is my 1-of-1 that's the same, but it would be a different brand. It would be slightly different looking card design.
Yeah, it won't be that card.
It won't be that exact card.
I'm on their Golden website where you can actually make your bids.
What are you bidding?
Well, they're having to go check my bank.
Oh, okay.
Checking my references.
You got to do a credit check.
But on the page itself, I can grade the card myself.
Oh, it's got a magnifying glass.
Look at that. Look, that's embarrassing. I wouldn't look right there. That's $100,000 right there. Take
Let's
that
be
off.
serious.
Look at that. Oh no. I'm out.
You're not even looking at the card.
Oh, no, let's see.
No, that's part of the plastic.
The plastic's not good.
Yeah, it's the wrapper.
So what exactly? Okay, so what should I be looking at?
Only the card itself, the part inside the plastic. Yeah.
Man.
A lot goes into it, Ron.
I'm not. See, I just feel like I'd be taken no matter what I did.
A lot goes into it.
Yeah, it's not as simple.
Yeah.
Hey, you see the brigade
Don't
bar?
you see that flaw right there?
Some guy's got a Jim Kelly for you.
Oh,
numbered out of 15.
Don't get me started, friend.
Yeah, here we go.
And let me
Don't
grade
get me
the card.
started.
Send it to me.
Yeah, send it to Rob. He'll grade it.
Figure out what it should be.
It's numbered out of 15, though.
All right, let's hit a break. We'll be back. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
We had so much fun last week, we're doing it again. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is gearing up once more to send you to the Austin City Limits Music Festival. 9 stages, 2 weekends. More big-time artists than at Texas Tailgate during rodeo season. October 3rd through the 5th, and again October 10th through the 12th. Right up the road in the live music capital of the world. We're talking Sabrina Carpenter, Hosier, Doja Cat, Luke Combs, The Strokes, John Summit, Doechii, Fade, and a whole mess of other artists turning up Zilker Park into the biggest backyard party in Texas. Listen to the Morning Huddle and the Blitz all this week for another shot to win a pair of 3-day wristbands to Weekend 2. We'll crown one lucky winner on each show this Friday, and every qualifier scores a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Cold drinks, hot pizza, 3-day ACL wristbands. Now, that's a South Texas trifecta. Grand Slam in the bottom of the 9th. Want to skip the contest and buy your way in? Head to aclfest.com. But we say, why pay when you can win? With 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Spring is here, and in South Texas, that means storms, wind, rain, and hail. If you've been hit by a storm or think you have damage, now is the time to contact Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. Don't put your trust in an out-of-town storm chaser. Stevens Roofing is a family-owned, locally based company who will be here for years to come. The team at Stevens Roofing and Solar will give you peace of mind when the storms come rolling in. Call 210-785-0994 for Stevens Roofing.
This just in, the NFL schedule has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the Insider Tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
Divorce isn't failure, it's freedom. And when you have the right team behind you, it's a whole lot easier. Get your freedom back before Father's Day and avoid getting stuck with just half. Contact Barton & Associates now at texasdivorce.com. That's texasdivorce.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Summer is calling, and guess what? Macy's has the answers for every adventure, with new swim trends and sandals to take you from the beach to the beach bar. Plus, linen suits from Tommy Hilfiger and Michael Kors, and dresses from CC to take you from brunch to the dinner party. Even better, get it all for 25 to 60% off at our Memorial Day sale. So wherever this season takes you, make Macy's your first destination. But hurry, the sale starts Wednesday. Savings off sale and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Yow! Oh! yeah.
It looks like everybody's favorite cool aunt now.
Yeah.
Looks like the cool aunt that would let you drink.
Yeah.
Smoking Durals.
Smoking
the long ones. And they had the little case in it. You remember
had the little cigarette case?
Yeah, like a coin purse.
And she could hold it and smoke at the same time.
But think about that. That's the power of being a rock star is that instead of looking like your aunt, Steven Tyler's actually a sex symbol.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I'm surprised he's still
alive. The last 20
alive.
years have not been good, though, my boy Steve.
My guess is...
No, he's lived a good life. I'm not saying...
my guess is you, me, Vic, and Steven Tyler go out to the bar.
Well,
who do you think's leaving with the hottest chick?
Well, it wouldn't be him.
Oh.
Just Google this. Google him.
I'm telling you. I mean...
I'm just saying that maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe even more now. She looks like
well, he's
a
got
proud
the biggest
woman
bank
that don't need no man.
He's got the biggest bank account
Oh,
of
no,
all
I'm
of
just
us.
saying he's got all that, but
that's what counts. Nowadays.
I'm not sure who has. I mean, and dude's lived longer than he should have. You know what I mean? Given probably what he's done to himself.
I don't know. When I Googled Steven Tyler now, and he doesn't look that bad.
Oh, I saw him the other day. He legitimately looked like a woman.
I thought he looked like.
Oh, he does look like a woman, but I'm telling you, he'd get better. He'd pull better than us.
Now, see, these are older pictures. The one I saw the other day, this cat did not look good.
Oh.
I mean, like warmed over death.
Like, how are you alive?
I mean, seriously, he did not look good. Now, there was a time, I'm sure.
I don't know. He'd just walk out there with like a scarf.
Right?
Yeah.
All these
like ribbons in his hair.
Yeah. And meanwhile, we're in the corner trying to.
Probably has some crazy hat on.
Oh, or scarves. Lots of scarves.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Who's this guy?
Is that it's Joe Perry.
Joe Perry isn't looking good either.
No, Joe Perry's not looking good.
Oh.
But Joe Perry
Joe Perry looks like he got Bondo stuck on his face.
Joe Perry looks angry that he's still got to hang around Steven Tyler.
Once they sand that down, it's gonna look good.
Yeah.
He's got to round off the edges.
Botox gone wrong.
They tried to inject the Botox, it just wouldn't go
Yeah.
in.
It just kept popping
something
out.
blocking it. It won't. It's like going through leather.
Claymore says, Rob, you're making an assessment as a dude. You'd be amazed what draws women to men.
I guess that's true.
No, you wouldn't
That's why I
be. It's
sit
not that
alone a lot there.
amazing. It's they're rock stars and they're rich. They
That's all
pull
it
better
takes.
than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
That's
saying.
it.
Yeah, if you're amazed by that, I mean, I don't know what's amazing. Yeah, duh. Also, pro athletes, they tend to pull.
For the most part. Yeah,
of course.
They do.
Like, the truth of it is, John Daly could go to the bar with the four of us, and he could go home with a hotter chick than the rest of us.
That's true. Not that I would want to go home with that, but let's see. I'm trying to find.
John's a mess.
I know, but,
but
you know.
but he'll pull it, man.
Yeah, you think
what
John,
it is.
like, here's the difference between you and John, Vic. You and John
Okay.
are going after the same chick. Let's
Okay.
pretend for a minute.
All right, golf champion and me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the girl says, let's do 5 shots in a row. John Daly says, I got you, baby. Let's do it. And puts it on his credit card. The same girl, let's say she's a 10. She's super hot. Says,
Okay.
let's do 5 shots, Vic. Let's go.
I can't because of my sugar.
See, yeah.
I can't drink.
That's, you know what I mean? And plus, you can't afford 10 shots on your credit card.
I know, I can't. I'm already maxed
Yeah,
out.
so
I'll
you're-
get declined. And,
Your kidney can't handle it.
yeah, I'm looking for either AJ or Rob to lend me their card.
I'm telling you, Rob, it doesn't matter. He's still pulling better than us. That's him without makeup. That doesn't count. That looks. That actually looks. Are you sure that's him, or is that at like the wax museum?
No,
It looks like a wax paper
Yeah.
that's slowly melting.
Yeah, that looks like it's at Ripley's Believe It or Not, or
Looks
whatever,
like
the wax museum down the road.
I love Stevens out in the sun.
Yeah.
He seems to be melting.
It looks like that Liberty commercial, Liberty Mutual commercial.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's it.
Melting.
Here's with his lady.
Oh. Plus, he lest we forget, he did create Liv Tyler.
He did do a pretty good job
that's
there.
true. Yeah, that was his creation.
Chef's
Whatever
kiss.
happened to her?
I don't know. I don't think she wanted to be famous anymore. All I know is in 2 of her most famous movies, she was banging a dude named AJ. So I used to think that it was. I used to think it was for sure going to happen.
Okay.
Armageddon.
What's the other one?
Empire Records.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Both AJ.
Yeah. But
which one was the AJ in Empire?
The one that
Liv
Tyler
that blew the money?
The one that was like in love with her and
oh yeah,
not Rex Manning.
Yeah. Rex Manning.
It was Rex Manning Day, and AJ was very sad because she was in love with Rex Manning, but turns out Rex Manning was not a good guy.
No.
Which, by the way, anybody named Rex generally not a good guy.
I've never known a guy named Rex. Not one.
I haven't either. But I mean, the ones that I know of, Rex Chapman and Rex Manning. Rex Chapman has me blocked on Twitter. I don't know why. I've never tweeted at him.
Does he still do blocker charge?
I don't know.
That was a big deal for a long time.
Rob, I've been blocked from him on Twitter. Like, I think even predating blocker charge. I've never tweeted at him. I've never even thought about Rex Chapman outside of a basketball standpoint.
Not what he thinks.
I saw a bunch of people who were like, "Oh, have you seen this Rex Chapman bit on Twitter?" And I'm like, "No, let me go look. I'm blocked." What?
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of people block me. I don't know why. A lot of people block me on Twitter.
Rex Chapman.
2 current NFL starting quarterbacks have me blocked on Twitter.
No, he's still doing blocker charge.
Okay. And you've got full access to see it, huh?
I'd show it to you, but he's told me not to.
Sounds about right.
Right here.
Sounds about right.
See this? Look.
Oh, that's good stuff.
No, you can't look.
You should turn away.
Right there. This is really good stuff.
Hey, do you want to go to the Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders on Tour? The live show and audition May 25th at the Aztec Theater. Now, maybe you're a person who just wants to see the Cowboys cheerleaders.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it. I ask you all to wear appropriate attire. I don't want any of you men wearing skirts or sweatpants. Jeans are appropriate. But if you're a cheerleader hopeful, and Rob, you said something that really struck me. Once you make it onto the Dallas Cowboys cheerleading squad, you're kind of set for life.
If you play your cards right, you'll marry well.
Like, you can't you're going to get a well-to-do Dallas man interested in you because that's like, for him, that's a trophy.
Yes. A trophy is the absolutely appropriate term.
Yeah, I married me a Cowboys cheerleader. So
married the hell out of her.
Yeah. And now in most of those guys, I'd say at least 50% are divorced from a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. And guess what? They get the money.
Yep.
And then you can go marry who you want to marry.
Right. You got a little money in the bank?
Yeah. Like, so.
Nice car?
Don't act like you have to marry for love.
18 years of child support, you're in good shape.
Become a Cowboys cheerleader. Don't have a kid with them. Don't ruin your body. Just get the alimony.
Well, good luck. I recommend a child.
Okay.
I recommend
All right,
a child.
fine. You recommend 2?
1 helps.
Okay. And then go marry for love.
Right.
Well, because truly, if you're marrying for love, that guy's not going to mind a couple stretch marks and a little bit of a little saggy boobage.
Bounce back.
Yeah. You'll have plenty of money from that first husband to pay for that bounce back, too. But that's May 25th at the Aztec Theater. So if you're into either one of those things, you should be there for the Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders on Tour live show and audition.
So no dudes can audition, right?
It's 2025, Rob. I don't know.
I was just thinking. I don't think the Cowboys have a male. Most squads do.
Yeah. I don't think the Cowboys do, though. And if they did, probably be some Aggie.
Well, we'd probably sign him up.
That's right.
Be playing on the team.
Let's do caller number 3. You're gonna win. You're gonna win a pair of tickets to go see that at the Aztec.
And we
Theater.
don't. We have yell leaders. We don't cheer. We yell. Excuse me. Pardon you.
I don't know what you mean.
There's yelling and there's cheering, and never the twain shall meet.
No, but you guys do have male cheerleaders.
We have yell leaders.
No, you have. They pick up the.
Oh, that's right. We do have cheerleaders at basketball games now, don't we?
Yeah.
Do we have guys?
Yes.
That pick them up and do all that?
Yeah.
All right.
And they're dressed just like the yell leaders.
No, they're not.
Well, no, they're dressed like
they're wearing
white costumes though.
I can't imagine that. Maybe the yell leaders are doing double duty now.
These are like big yoked dudes, not like
I didn't know we had the male cheerleaders things going on. I knew we had like a cheer squad at the basketball game. I hadn't noticed. I'm glad.
Claymore says your views on the world, especially politically, don't align, AJ. I don't know what you could mean by that.
I don't either.
I don't have views on the world, especially political views. I don't believe in politics. Don't.
Birds aren't real.
Believe. Frank says, AJ, leave little brother alone. A&M loves men cheerleaders. Listen.
Did you just say little brother, bro? Really, bro? Really, bro? Chosen violence?
Come on, Frank. First of all, A&M's already had a hard weekend.
I didn't even know we had a women's softball team, so I got the
You
number
had the
one,
best.
And then we got it knocked to Liberty. Those
the best, yeah.
stupid
What
religious. I don't know. Evidently, they said a prayer and they beat us.
Wow.
We were number one overall?
Yeah.
Hell, man. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Even if it's just for a day. I didn't even know. It's hate when you find out you're good right after you got knocked off. And by the way, A&M is the highest ranked seed ever to lose in a regional in the history of women's softball. So if you're going to go out with a bang, go out with a bang.
Well, Jerry Falwell Jr., I suppose. Senior's dead, huh?
Senior's dead. This junior got thrown out because he was watching his wife. He was being cuckolded by his wife. Remember?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He liked to hang out in the closet and watch his wife go at it with a pool boy.
The Lord has has commanded.
I have sinned in many ways.
We must defeat the dreaded Aggies.
It was pornographic acts, and it made me feel funny and excited all at once.
And if you all will just send $10,000 each, we promise to beat the Aggies at softball.
Liberty beat us. That's right.
They need an 8-ball and $2 million.
Some of them watch. You ever seen Tejas?
Tejas.
Tejas.
That doesn't even make sense.
Tejas. All I need is an 8-ball of Coke and $1 million, and I can finish my Tejas movie.
That's right. That is right. Oh, poor Ag. And then the baseball team that was number one to start the year, they're not even going to make the tournament, are they?
I hope not. Let's end this one ignominiously. Yeah, not a good year for the white stripe, the white ball on both sides.
You remember after one game when Texas State beat Texas A&M at baseball, and everyone got mad at us for not talking about. Well, got mad at me for not talking about it, and I said, "Why would we talk about that?" And we beat the number one team in the country, and now it's like, well, yeah, so did everybody.
Well, I mean, it turns out Texas State and UTSA have good baseball teams.
Right, but turns out Texas A&M doesn't.
No, well, keep in mind, we lost the coach. That guy got robbed overnight in a graveyard in Caldwell.
I still stand by, if a Texas team makes it to the College World Series, I'll give them some love. But
the A&M did last year.
Yeah.
And we gave them love.
Yeah. But, I'm not going to give you credit for a regular season win. That's a big deal.
I'm not asking for any credit.
I know you're not. I'm saying that people were upset. Oh, they were.
Oh, this was week 2.
Yeah. Well, how dare you not talk about it? Well, I don't know. I didn't watch the game. Yeah.
A&M?
Yes.
Well, that alone is newsworthy because it just doesn't happen.
Well, no, but it turns out that A&M sucks at baseball.
Well, I mean, a lot of teams suck this year. So did Texas for half the year, and then they found their depth.
I think Texas is like the number one team in the country.
That's what I'm saying. They found their depth. But
well, A&M was bad the whole year, though.
Dude, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
We're talking college baseball.
No, we're not. The only reason you're talking college baseball is because a maroon team was involved. You don't give a crap about baseball unless somebody chooses violence in the morning.
Oh,
I'm honest. I found out day before yesterday we have the number one team in the country in softball. I didn't even know our team was worth a crap. And then I wake up this morning and we're already done.
It's terrible.
But we had a glorious day.
No, you had a terrible day.
No, we had one day at number one. The day before was a glorious day.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
We had one day. I'd rather have one day of that than none of it.
R.I.P. to the number one Texas A&M
number one team
lady softballers.
Although we did win the national championship in tennis.
Hell yeah. Lady or man tennis?
There we go.
Is there a difference?
Well, yeah.
I don't know. The one that wears the skirts.
Okay, lady tennis.
I guess.
Okay. Good job.
Well, I mean, I take no credit.
But put it on the board.
I take no credit nor glory. Just saying that they ran that in the same rough weekend.
Put it on the board.
Sure.
That's going to be on They're going to print it on a football.
It might be in the stadium. They'll put it in the stadium. Maybe Miami will retire our jersey. The Heat will retire our jersey.
National champions, 1919, 1939.
Yep.
2025, and it's going to have a real tiny asterisk next to 2025.
Well, this one's legit. We can put it where it needs to be. We have actual backup.
Well,
we
know.
just made up the 1919. We can say we were national champions.
But if you put 2025 in an asterisk, and then on the back of the football, you put...
Why would we put an asterisk? We will claim the national title in tennis.
Ladies tennis. But if you put it on a football, I'm saying.
We don't put it on a football. We'll put it on a tennis ball.
But you could put it on a football and sell it to Aggie fan.
No.
Oh, yeah.
We don't give a crap about tennis. What are you talking about?
You care about championships, though. And if there was a football that said 2025 national champion with a tiny little asterisk.
See, the difference between A&M and Texas fan is we can read.
Oh, well, yeah,
you can call us rude. Boss. We will give you room to go read that thing on your break. And then when you're done with your break, we will tell you to get back to work, peon.
Well, I didn't go to Texas. I don't know why you're assaulting me with these words.
You're one to talk, Mr. Assault. Hey, you can throw a punch. Take the counter punch. Take it back.
All right. When we come back, we'll discuss the world of losers. I don't know if A&M softball is going to come up in losers.
My list.
But they may be. It is the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We've just cleared a couple of our trouble spots. That accident on 410 eastbound before 37 has cleared. Also the stall, 1604 westbound at Huebner. Now, we've got crews on the west side on 90 on the frontage road eastbound, Hunt Lane to 410. They are repairing a water main break, so we've got a closure on the frontage road. The exit ramp blocked as well. Highway 90 is filling in on the eastbound side between FM 471 and 410, and road work continues 35 southbound Olympia Parkway to 1604 right lane. It is causing some delays. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
Hey, How long has it been since you ditched work for something actually worth it? Emails can wait. Zoom meetings? Forget about them. Skip the 9 to 5 for 9 innings. We're sending you to the ballpark instead. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is giving away pairs of tickets to see the Texas Rangers take on the St. Louis Cardinals Friday, May 30th at Globe Life Field in Arlington. Listen to the Blitz all this week. Jason and Joe will drop a ditch phrase during the show every day. When you hear it, be the first caller at 646 ESPN and win the tickets. And maybe don't mention it to your boss. Hey, you're not playing hooky. Bueller. You're honoring America's pastime. Ditch work for the Diamond with South Texas home for the Texas Rangers. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this. The insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com.
Hey, San Antonio, multiple tours overseas, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training toward our low-cost degree and certificate programs. We call that credit where credit is due. For over 75 years, our dedicated success coaches have been helping service members achieve their goals. Get started with local support and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on The Blitz, Jason Minix will be back from vacation. He'll sit in with us. Plus, we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys who start OTAs on Monday. What's going to happen there? The NBA playoffs. Do we have our finalists in the East and the West? All kinds of stuff to talk about. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nina Cherry?
Let me add Vic to my losers list for this song.
I love this song.
Buffalo Stance.
Yeah. Of course you do. God. The 80s was the worst time for music.
Says one who didn't live through the era.
I was alive.
Why are there so many radio stations that play exclusively that music?
Because old people like to listen to it.
Yeah, and we're old people now.
I know.
I am now old.
See, this wasn't a great song anyway.
No, this is bad music.
She was hot, though.
You can make a pop.
What is it, about 84, 85?
You know the lyrics to this. You just don't want to say it, right?
No, I actually don't know the lyrics to this. No. I listen, man. I know the lyrics to lots of bad songs. Trust me. I don't know the lyrics to this. I've heard this song before, but.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
This isn't the 80s, is it? This feels like 70s.
70s, yeah. Late 70s.
This is another Skateland West.
Yeah.
This is my favorite song.
No, it's funny how you can tell 70s funk only by the bass line.
Yeah, exactly. Got to jam on the one.
All right. Enough of this nonsense.
All right.
Let's do the losers.
All right.
You lose. You are such a loser. You're a bona fide schmuck.
Time now to find out who blew it this weekend. The losers.
You bunch of losers!
Look who's back. It's the loser.
I'm going back to a better class of losers.
With AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hello, losers.
What a weekend it was. You want to go first, or you want me to go first, friend?
I'll grab one.
Right.
First loser of the week is Lionel Messi.
Oh.
He of Inter Miami fame. He's their captain. They just lost 3-0 to the Orlando City yesterday.
Well, that's pretty bad.
That's 5 losses in the past 7 for Miami. This is the worst losing streak of Mr. Messi's entire career. Now, remember when Miami got him.
What a loser.
Remember, the league, to pay Messi, had to go to Apple. Remember? And they had to sell everything to Apple. And the league, not just Miami, is paying Messi. It's not just Miami paying Lionel. Everybody's paying Messi. The team, the league, Apple, everybody's kicking in so they can try to get this league over the hump. And last year was kind of working, remember? They won a couple. Not so much this year. Lionel told Apple TV, because they own him, we'll stay united. We're a team that's in difficult times because we know when everyone wins, it's easy. But now the difficult times are coming. And that's when we have to be more united than ever. Be true team, move forward, and we do have what it takes. But behind the scenes, he's upset. It's embarrassing. It's tarnishing his brand.
I mean, nobody likes losing 3 games in a row, but you signed up for this, dude.
He did.
Yeah,
but
knew
he
what
is
was coming.
so much. Last year, it was like the varsity dude that played down on JV.
Yeah.
He was so much better than everybody on the field last year.
Is he not better than everybody now?
I think time's catching up.
Okay.
You know, I think there might be. I haven't seen him, but I just.
If I could turn back time.
So, good luck, Inter Miami. You're going to be left.
I'm going to go with Rory McIlroy as my first loser. First of all, he showed up with a driver trying to cheat with like one of those long drive drivers that you get off a 1-800 infomercial.
Is he using the kabang stick?
Yeah, like the one that we guarantee if you slice your money back. And they looked at that thing and they're like, you can't use this, dude. Is this a joke? And it was after Rory made the comments about, well, now I've won all my majors.
So
I'm
he
just
brought
out here.
his alien wedge.
So now he brings illegal clubs, and then he plays like ass. He finished 14 strokes behind Scotty Scheffler at the PGA Championship this weekend. Just a pathetic showing by Rory, basically mailing it in. And it's never a good look when you say, I don't really know what I've got to play for now, and then you actually go out and look like you weren't playing for anything.
So what's wrong? What was wrong with the driver?
I don't know. It didn't pass PGA standards. Like there's like I don't know what the standards are. There's certain dimensions you have to meet.
Okay. Well, why shouldn't it be like F1? Short of a shotgun shell or some kind of launch cannon like we do at our golf tournaments, what's wrong with using a different club?
Well, you can't use like one of these clubs that's made out of vibranium or something like that.
Why not?
Because it's an unfair advantage.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, it would be if I was the only one, but what is it about some kind of technology that would, I don't understand illegal clubs.
I think they don't want people to make the golf courses look like they're not challenging.
Well, they just
like it's
changed
hard
the
enough.
course.
I know, but they are already having to do that because golfers are getting better. The last thing they need is like these guys to have unlimited technology use.
So if the U.S. Golf Association, the USGA, has deemed a club illegal,
mm-hmm.
and I'm playing over at Brack, and I walk in and I've shot a 75, is the pro going to go, well, you're using the alien shotgun wedge?
No. That's only on the PGA Tour they would care.
Okay.
But I also saw that Scotty Scheffler said his driver also failed, and he had to use a different one. But he said, I knew it was coming because I've been using this driver for a year. So now I'm like, wait a minute. So he was using an illegal driver the whole time and getting away with, like, he's winning tournaments with this illegal driver? Or does a driver become illegal as you go? No, Rory won the Masters.
Oh, that's right.
But he was probably using an illegal club too.
I'm reading. How does a driver become non-conforming?
Right there.
Normal wear and tear on club face can make it thinner than is allowed by the USGA. It is possible to be within the limits for one tournament and then through usage be outside of the limits on the next. One of the limits set by USGA and the RNA is the driver's characteristic time, which measures the time it takes for the club face to contact the ball and how long it spins in contact with the ball well after impact.
I don't think about that. I just think about, like, did my club hit it? Did it go kind of straight?
We're down to the splitting hairs part of this. So
that's why when he says I've had it for over a year, he was like he knew it was going to wear down. Okay.
So it's not like they're using vibranium.
Right.
The paint's wearing down and they're getting better access to the metal or something like that.
I do feel like
I wonder if I have any illegal clubs.
I'm sure
I'd like
you do.
to think every one of mine is illegal.
Probably. I mean,
it's certainly not for quality.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's not illegal is my 3-wood. I never use that.
Pristine.
It's still brand new?
It's still brand new.
Clubs are 10 years old.
Anybody use a 3?
I'm either teeing off with like an 8-iron, 9-iron, like if it's a par 3, or I'm breaking out the driver. It's one or the other.
Oh, no, I use my 3-wood.
I never do that.
I'm far better than sometimes even a 5. But
what? I don't even have a 5.
Really?
No.
There's one specific hole.
That's a ladies' club.
Nah, Golf Club of Texas. I think it's like the 7, I think, over water. Perfect for a 5.
Oh, no, I would use my driver.
Well, you couldn't play in the USGA.
I could. I'll play wherever I want.
Club's illegal.
Call the cops.
You know, young Adelman, I don't think he's a loser. I think he was thrust into a tough situation.
His boys are
they all seem to like him.
Yeah.
They're but the proof is in the pudding. And when you lose a game because the opposing coach does something that you didn't prepare for, that's tough. Well, for a coach to show up and do something that you weren't prepared for, that's one thing. That happens every day. To lose a game because of that, because you could never figure it out, that's one of those unforgivable sins that coaches, wake up in the middle of the night with. And when you lose a game because Dagnall put a guard on the best player in the world and you couldn't figure out a way to get him out of the problem. Now, from the highlights I've seen, I didn't see the game, it looks like Luka was half asleep for some of these things. He should have seen some of the doubles coming and shouldn't have been so loose with the ball. But that being said, your coach could not figure out how to use the best big man in the world against a backup point guard. At the end of the day, that's what happened, and you couldn't fix that. That's a loser move, and that goes back to me that the Nuggets had a built-in excuse before the playoffs even began, that we've got upheaval in the building, we fired our GM and our coach, neither of which were doing what we wanted, and everybody going to be new next year. And they felt like they had a reason. I see Kroenke praising him. I cannot imagine a world where young Adelman comes back at OKC.
Or in Denver.
Denver.
I think he will.
You think they're going to bring that back? That was an unforgivable. You don't lose. You can get beat, but when you get, it's like losing to a trick play that they ran in football like 5 times in a row. They're running the swinging gate, dude. It's going to happen again, and it worked every time.
Yeah.
You got to figure something out.
The Toronto Maple Leafs continue to be losers. They lose every big game that's ever played, and they did it again. They had a Game 7 again, and not only the team were losers, but also the fans are losers. As first of all, the coach, when it was 2-1, he was kind of cool. Once it got 3-1, his face started to get real red, and he started yelling at his players. 4-1, fans started cussing. 5-1, they were throwing things on the ice, throwing beer on people. Not a good look. One fan stood around for 47 seconds with only the glass between the boards separating his middle finger from the Leafs. He then pressed the middle finger against the glass itself with a can of beer sailing over his head. That was the last 47 seconds of the game. And finally, mercifully, It came to an end. The Leafs were like, they looked like they were zombies in the handshake line at the end.
Oh.
And this is probably the end of they had a thing called the Core Four where they had 4 really badass players at the same time.
Goalie one of those 4?
No, he's not that core. He gave up 6 goals in the last game. He sucks.
Used to fight more.
I know. But Mitchell Marner has been their second best player, and he's probably gone. So, heartbreaking is what they say. But they always find a way to lose. And they did it once again in embarrassing fashion.
Is all of Canada done?
No, the Edmonton Oilers, who beat the Knights, are still in it. They'll play the Stars.
I think I'm going to root for them.
I'll root for them against the Stars. Yeah. But I think now the Eastern Conference is going to win. Oh, we had more losers, but I guess we
got
don't have
a
time.
lot more
You
losers.
know what? Let's talk some lady basketball on the other side.
It's not losers.
Thuggery.
One of them's a winner.
There was thuggery in a lady basketball match. Morning Huddle, 94.1.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
You've decided to divorce. I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you're worried about getting the bills paid, childcare, and your divorce, we'll help make it simple, painless, and affordable.
Your future matters. Call the law office of Steve Benke.
Call 210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Joel, I'm proud to introduce my latest in-summer relaxation relief-cation. I call it the Quarter Moon Grill and Go. It's a stainless steel propane gas grill with this, a full-size urinal. If you're gonna grill and you gotta go, it's the Grill and Go.
Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we fix plumbing and AC issues fast and at a fair price. 210-651-5899.
Grill and
go away, Nigel. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E and 16004.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you? I just wanted to request a late checkout, please.
Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours.
Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours.
Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
This is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the nation's largest family law firm, but we're more than just size. We're part of your community. With offices across the country, our attorneys and staff live and work right where you do. And because we're local, we know your courts, your laws, and your legal community. When divorce puts your future on the line, you need a firm that's both powerful and personal. Call Cordell & Cordell.
Offices in San Antonio, Austin, and St. Louis. Schedule an appointment with one of our firm's San Antonio area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, Principal Partner. CordellCordell.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still dealing with that trouble spot at 281 southbound at Bassey. Disabled vehicle that's off to the shoulder. They just cleared that stall at 1604 westbound I-10. We are getting reports via the police scanner of a possible police chase on a Highway 90, so we'll keep you posted as soon as we find out more about that. On 90, frontage road eastbound Hunt Lane over to 410, that is still closed as crews repair a water main break. The exit ramp is blocked as well. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Thunder routed the Nuggets in Game 7 to advance to the Western Conference Final for the first time since 2016. Scottie Scheffler rolled to his third major win at Quail Hollow. He won by 5 strokes. The number 1 overall earned his third career major championship, overcoming a rough 2-over front 9 before going 2 under in the final 9 holes to finish with a 5-stroke win. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
8:01 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You got 2 hours to give away 4 things.
I know. What's this Four Horsemen? What is this?
That is a Metallica tribute band.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
They also will open up as In Excess and close as U2. It's a 3-band show.
Yeah.
The only album quality Metallica tribute. Damn right, baby.
Yeah.
I watched a movie this weekend, The Accountant 2.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen The Accountant 1?
Saw the first one.
I've seen the first one.
This is very similar. I like it because it's not what I would call a thinking man's movie.
Is there a brother? Is the brother back?
Yeah,
Okay.
John Barenthal is the brother. He's back, and they go to they're like at a bar or like a honky tonk, and there's a band playing, and the girl comes up and is taking requests, and she's like, "Well, what's your favorite song?" And he says some song that no one's ever heard of, and then she goes, "I don't know if they know that one." And he's like, "What else do you like? What's your second favorite?" And he goes, "Metallica, Inner Sandman." You know, he's very autistic,
Yeah,
and
he listens to it.
And then she says, "I don't know if that's in their wheelhouse."
You know any Merle Haggard?
The brother's like, "Dude, you blew it." But it's a good movie, though. It's a fun movie. If you want to go see the Four Horsemen May 25th live at the Aztec Theater,
Is this them or
this is
the real?
No, this is
You can't tell.
You can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Vic's not even going to tell you if this is actually Metallica
Or if it's
or the Four Horsemen. You know why? Because nothing else matters.
I wonder if Minix is going to go to this.
I hope so. If he does, I'm going to stand right in front of him so he can't see the show.
But
yeah, you want to go see the Four Horsemen live May 25th at the Aztec Theater? You can do it. And to get you wet for it, here's a little Metallica. This is one of the times you want to hit the post before the first words because that's the start of the song right there. Because if you play up to the song, like to the words, you've waited too long.
Yeah, it's like a 45-second intro.
Yeah, you needed that little part, though. Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget my son to include everyone. Yeah. Tuck you in, warm within. Keep you free from sin till the Sandman he comes. Sleep with one eye open. Come on, Rob. Gripping your pillow tie. Exit light into night. Take my hand. Come on, finish it off here, Rob. Off to Never Land. Yeah. There we go.
So this band didn't start out as a tribute band.
No. I don't know.
They started out as
I don't know. We don't know.
I don't know anything about them.
They
started out as a wrestling contingent with Ric Flair and Arn and Ole Anderson.
And Tully Blanchard?
Tully Blanchard, that's right. And later replaced by Mongo McMichael, who's now dead. Chris Benoit, who's now dead. Killed his whole family, that Chris Benoit, bad guy.
To date, there have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 members that have passed through the Four Horsemen lineup.
The Four Horsemen wrestling group, or?
It could be. I don't know. Could be both, either.
It's the same people.
Oh, if Ric Flair fronts this band, I'm going to be so excited.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Oh, man.
What was it? Michael Hayes? The Freebirds, wasn't he a Four Horsemen?
I think he might have been for a little while. Okay. Members: Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Ole Anderson, Tully Blanchard. That was the original four. Okay. There's not like there's got to be a list of all the. Okay, here we go. Later members: Lex Luger, Barry Windham, Sting.
Oh yeah, it was him. It wasn't Michael.
Sid Vicious, Paul Roma.
I don't know who he is.
Flying Brian Pillman.
No.
Chris Benoit. Brian Pillman also dead. Yeah. Chris Benoit, Steve McMichael, Jeff Jarrett, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, also dead. Dean Malenko.
Terry Gordy? No?
No.
He was part of the Freebirds.
Yeah. But almost always Ric Flair and Arn Anderson.
I follow things Ric Flair says on
no context Flair memes.
No context Flair
I love
memes.
that.
Makes my day.
I like that. I like they always do this, the four. Oh, how they made a number like it's just four fingers and they made it like a cool thing.
Kind of cool.
I like it, man. I think
they were always beating up the guys I liked.
I am a person who cheered for bad guys in wrestling. I cheered for the heels.
Tully Blanchard was such a tool I couldn't cheer for.
He was my least favorite of the original Four Horsemen. That's understandable, but I like Arn Anderson, the
Tough
enforcer.
Guy. He's a tough guy.
I like guys like that. I also like pro wrestlers to look like Arn Anderson, kind of a beer gut, balding. Mm-hmm. You know,
their trunks up to about their navel.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't need to, but he wore them like that anyway.
They just wore it really high, like way up here, holding it so you wouldn't get hit in the solar plexus.
And he wasn't real good at talking, so he just let his fist do the talking.
He had a beard and curly hair, if I'm not mistaken.
Apparently, Kitty BBZ has created an account and is now on the Brigade Bar.
I thought I saw that.
Good to see you there, Kitty Big Balls. We've missed you, buddy. We've missed you. All right. It says, quit watching cat videos. Quit trying to buy Subarus. I don't know who did that, but The lady basketballers got underway this weekend, and there's already drama. Now, I watched this lady basketball play, and it didn't seem like a big deal to me. But there's a lot of people who were saying it was assault. There's a lot of people who were saying that
who's calling it assault?
Angel Reese.
Well, okay,
was assaulted.
She feels assaulted.
No, actually, she didn't. She said it was a basketball play. Let's move on.
It was a basketball play, but
she also got up and tried to come after Caitlin Clark, and one of the thug enforcers for the Indiana lady basketball team threw Caitlin Clark out of the way and said, "You got to come through me." And Angel Reese was like, "I'm not messing up my eyebrows or eyelashes to fight with you. I'm only fighting with the star."
Meal ticket. It felt like, the beginning of a hockey game when they're like, these two guys are going to fight. So let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Just drop your gloves. You guys go at it, and then we'll start it up.
The way it works is you can tell by who's on the court. You put your goons out there.
It's like when you watch the video of a prison yard when there's a fight about to go down. Well, everybody knows it's about to happen. All the hockey dudes kind of skating around just waiting for it to happen. Let's just get this over with. And that felt like, you don't put those two together the first weekend, the first nationally televised game without expecting.
Of course you do.
Well, no, you wanted that.
Yeah.
You don't do that without expecting a little something, something. In fact, if they hadn't have done it, I think the league would have called them and said, "Hey, we need a little bit of pub. We got to kick this season off. We need a fight."
People forgot that we exist. But what it did lead to, maybe the least surprising thing, it led to hateful comments from Caitlin Clark fans towards Angel Reese.
Well, can we just admit,
I can't believe this happened.
That fans in Indiana, fans in Utah, fans in Boston are going to say mean and racist things to you.
What?
Over time, I have learned that fans in Indiana, fans in Utah, and fans in Boston are going to say some pretty hateful things to you. And guess what? They've been doing it forever. Not that it's right.
But I read here the WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms.
Actually, it is a shame that we know those three cities are full of bigots that will find there's so many better ways to yell at players, so many perfectly good reasons to call them bums and losers for this. It is a shame that at Utah, did they say it? Oh, yeah, they said it. At Indiana, did they say it? Oh, yeah. In Boston, yeah, they said it.
Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, I'm, as you know, Rob, I'm against racism in all forms. I'm against a lot of isms. Now, I won't say all, but I'm against a lot of isms. However, while the WNBA says all the things that, they mean, we're aware of the reports. There's no place for that in our society, or much less our basketball league. They probably are okay with.
No, I don't think they're proud of this. I think they're like the rivalry. And I think they like the benefits of this racist trope brings to them, because we're talking about the WNBA today.
Yes.
But this is not good for business. It's not good for business because 80% of their market, 80% is not white. This is not a good, it's one town.
Oh, you think?
Oh, it's basketball.
I disagree.
It's more than women's basketball.
80% of the WNBA are Caitlin Clark fans.
That's not basketball fans. That's a different thing. And what I'm saying is you're getting lost here. Now you can be driven by Caitlin Clark because you need to be, but those aren't basketball fans. And those fans will disappear the moment Caitlin goes away.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you are banking. This is fool's gold. You need to cater to the basketball fans, because guess what? Caitlin could blow a knee tomorrow, and she's gone all year. And then what?
Don't you dare talk about that.
You get lost in the cash cow, the golden goose. And I get it. You need to build the rivalry. I know what it does for your league. But the moment that you get lost in the rivalry and not in the game, you will suffer. And if she were to get gone, if she were to have something happen, what's next?
Here's the thing, though. If Caitlin Clark were black or Angel Reese were white, there is no rivalry.
No, but there is a rivalry between two young players on two good teams, and that's how it should be.
But that's not what is driving this rivalry.
Well, see, it's
this
not.
perceived rivalry.
And I think that some of this
Because first of all, I don't think the Sky are a good team. I think they're actually really, really bad.
Not. But the rivalry was enough to put them on national TV the first week into the season. And they're fostering into the – I get it. We loved it back in the early 90s, early 80s, quite frankly, when it was Bird and Isaiah saying, if he was black, he'd just be another player. It had helped the league. But at the same time, it hurt them temporarily. Women's league needs a lot. They need long-term sustained growth. I think they're banking on the wrong thing here. You need to come down hard on Indiana. You just can't let this happen.
It's hard to say they're banking on the wrong thing when it's the only thing.
Well, but my concern
they've tried it.
She isn't good enough. The one side of this rivalry, she isn't very good.
How long has the WNBA existed?
I don't know, 40 years.
Well, they've tried 39 years of other stuff, and no one cared.
You think this is sustainable? To build on racism?
No, I don't. But I know that right now they've got more hype than they've ever had, and they're not really looking to change the recipe right now.
Well,
they're not thinking about the long term because they're looking at the last 39 years and going, well, having short-term success is better than having zero success.
This is not sustainable. We know it. You cannot build it on racism. And that right now, that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about Caitlin's triple-double to open the season. We're not talking about any. We're talking about a hard foul.
I know.
And the idea that we're back at Indiana screaming bigoted things. We know they do it. We know it. This isn't made up. It's not contrived. This has happened before. The WNBA has to crack down on something. Fines, coaches, unavailable players, suspensions, whatever. You can't build your league on this. I get why you're doing it. But the moment you lose her, and it's only Caitlin, because the other side, she's not very good. Her team's not good. She isn't very good. I've seen hundreds.
Angel Reese.
Angel is not a very good basketball player. So
that was pretty racist thing to say. But
she's not. She's not a very good player. So to base it on a rivalry amongst one superstar and one perceived star isn't a healthy thing because the team, they're not going to see each other. It's just it's an embarrassment, quite frankly, for Indiana. It really is. That needs to be taken care of, and it needs to be addressed probably more sternly than is worth. You know what I mean?
What can you do?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what you do, but if it's lifetime suspensions for any fan that says it, you're gone and gone forever, you need to make an example of some people because it's not good for the long-term health of the league. It just isn't.
I don't know. People are talking about it. They've never talked about it before.
Today, and we talked about it last year, but it has to be amongst Caitlin. If Caitlin's not involved, if Caitlin isn't in this, and we'd be talking about Caitlin if they'd have just won the game with a little scuffle. This is not the way that, well, I shouldn't say this. This was exactly the way the WNBA wanted to start the season, or they wouldn't have scheduled it.
Exactly.
But I don't think they wanted the racist tropes, the racist screaming coming from Indiana yet again.
Well, I mean, it was a blowout game. You need something.
Bigoted screaming.
Caitlin hit her with a flagrant one.
And that was so minor. I mean, I think everybody was just waiting for something to kick up.
She tried to kill her, Rob.
but to get this again, just like when we heard in Utah when players are like, man, I don't even like going there. I don't like going in there. I don't like staying there. And it rubs off. I mean, when I think of Utah Jazz fan, I think bigot. I do.
Well, I'm not saying that the NBA or the WNBA loves it, but I'm saying
they are cashing in on it.
They understand that right now this rivalry, which whether you like to admit it or not,
it's not even a rivalry.
No, but you know what? It is a rivalry in the fans' eyes and in the media's eyes, and it's a rivalry for one reason, because it is driven by race. And I know that's not the right thing, and I know that's not it's not fun to talk about, or I know people want to pretend that that's not the reality. The reality is, if these were two white girls or two black girls, no one would be talking about it.
Well, I would like to think they're talking about rivals amongst teams. I like rivalry, but
right. But again, Rob, we've been doing this for 30-something years. 40, I don't know how many you said, but it's been going on a long-ass time, and no one's cared.
Well,
I don't. What's the second greatest WNBA rivalry in history?
We're getting into why this is going on, because women like Cheryl Swoops refuse to admit the fact that Caitlin Clark is the savior, that Caitlin Clark is the sole reason we're talking about it. And there's this deep part of WNBA's OGs that just don't want to accept the fact that they are now more famous, even though she might not be as good yet, because of her and her whiteness and her Indiana-ness and all of this. And it's deeply ingrained in the WNBA. This, I don't know, it's not a dislike. I think it's just a jealousy. Like, I can't believe she's getting all the credit.
Well, there was a time in hip-hop when Eminem became like the biggest thing in hip-hop that old school hip-hop guys did not want to accept that he was actually really good.
And they never accepted Vanilla Ice either.
No, they didn't. And I think
just isn't right.
You know, it's
Why
not
don't
fair.
we go back to Isaiah and Larry? I mean, we've seen this before, but I guarantee you the NBA shut that down, man. They shut it down. They're like, nope, we cannot have this. We cannot live with players throwing racist jabs back and forth. And what happened to Isaiah? No Olympic team for you, bro.
Well, that wasn't an NBA thing. That was
there's a reason behind it. They couldn't have those two fighting like that. It's not how you build long-term success.
I think Michael didn't want Isaiah around.
Well, Michael didn't want him. Larry didn't want him. There's a lot of reasons. It was the Pistons and the Jordan rules. But at the end of the day, the one dude that said if Larry Bird was black, he'd be just another player. He wasn't on the team.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons. Whether Michael didn't want him, and Michael might have wanted him, Team USA wouldn't have taken him, or Larry wouldn't have gone. So that's just not how you build long-term stability. It's short-term gain, sure. But what happens if Caitlin gets hurt? What happens if Caitlin goes aside? You know, I'm going to play in the
you
Big
already
Three.
know. Nobody's talking about the WNBA anymore.
Build a team, build it for the right reasons, and people will stay when your best player goes away.
No one's staying if she goes away.
If you grow the basketball fan, yes, they will. If you grow the racist fan, no, they're gone.
Well, I said it last year. I believe it now. I don't believe that any of the. I think there's a very small portion of these WNBA fans, these new WNBA fans, that will be around in the post-Caitlin era.
Well, that's 15 years from now, we hope. And by that point.
But if she blew a knee tomorrow, I think.
Well, yeah, I'll agree with that. But I do think the sustained growth will be because Caitlin has been sustained and she has grown young players and grown rivalries.
Yeah.
Until then, you're banking on short-term fire that at the end will burn out. You're just.
But again, Rob, if you've been at it for 30-something years and you've never had success, don't you take a short-term win?
No, not for a long-term fault. No, this is not the best. There are headlines today about racism in Indiana. That's just not the way you want to lead your season off. Now, granted, any press is good press. I'm not going to. It's good for now. If we're still talking about racism in Indiana in July, we got a problem.
Yeah. All right. Let's hit a break. We'll be right back. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, Dr. Jacob Torres has been my doctor for quite a while, and I didn't even really realize it because I first met him about 8 years ago with weight loss on my mind because that's what I thought the Institute for Functional Health was all about. And as I got to know Dr. Torres and as his practice grew, functional health is the key to this. And the beginning to functional health is living a healthy life. And if you don't feel good, you're not really living a functionally healthy life. And first and foremost, you want to feel good. And if you feel good, it makes it awfully easy to lose weight. And losing weight actually helps you feel better. It's kind of a self-perpetuating circle. What I'm getting at is if it's time for you to feel better, if you want to feel better every day, first and foremost, you probably need to drop a few pounds. And there's no place better than the Institute for Functional Health to do that because they do look at the holistic part of your life. What makes you feel better and what's the healthiest thing for you individually? And that's why Dr. Torres has been so successful with people like me. He put together a program that was only for me. Well, the science didn't change. You take in fewer calories than you burn, and you're going to lose weight. Now, it's how you go about it and can you sustain it, which is key. And that's why Dr. Torres and his staff have been so successful. The science is consistent. It's the other part that works so well. It's the admonishment when you don't do your job and when the praise when you do. It's those people that are in your corner and want you to feel better every day that'll help you get along. How do you find out about him? Call him today. The number's 210-468-1891. His website is IFF Health. Go there. It's a great resource, but you're not going to know until you talk to him. Look, if it's time to lose weight, if it's time to feel better, call Dr. Jacob Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. And when you do, you'll change your life, and you can come on by and thank me later.
We We had so much fun last week, we're doing it again. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is gearing up once more to send you to the Austin City Limits Music Festival. 9 stages, 2 weekends. More big-time artists than at Texas Tailgate during rodeo season. October 3rd through the 5th, and again October 10th through the 12th. Right up the road in the live music capital of the world. We're talking Sabrina Carpenter, Hosier, Doja Cat, Luke Combs, The Strokes, John Summit, Doechii, Fade, and a whole mess of other artists turning up Zilker Park into the biggest backyard party in Texas. Listen to the Morning Huddle and the Blitz all this week for another shot to win a pair of 3-day wristbands to Weekend 2. We'll crown one lucky winner on each show this Friday, and every qualifier scores a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Cold drinks, hot pizza, 3-day ACL wristbands. Now, that's a South Texas trifecta. Grand Slam in the bottom of the 9th. Want to skip the contest and buy your way in? Head to aclfest.com. But we say, why pay when you can win? With 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and have been representing people injured in auto and commercial truck collisions right here in San Antonio, my hometown, since 1994. Getting into a collision can be a life-altering event. Your health and recovery is the only thing that really matters, and anyone that's ever been injured in a traffic collision will tell you that. How do you get the insurance company to pay? Simple. Call me. As your attorney, my job is to get you through this. The decisions you make immediately after a collision are the most important decisions you can make. If you call me as soon as you can after a collision, I will help you make the right decisions for you and your family. Remember, I do not charge for a consultation. Growing up on the southwest side of San Antonio, when Loop 410 was the edge of town, I know how overwhelming it could be to face a giant insurance company all on your own. Just keep it simple. Call me. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something? Boat wins! Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing? Boat wins! Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing? Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat. Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Barbecue season is back. Hey, it's Ellen.
And this is Sarah Beth.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is that zesty barbecue sauce. I love that it was a little sweet, a little tangy, and with the mac and cheese.
I feel like I tasted the brown sugar bacon first. It was the absolute best combination. Pro tip, 3 sandwiches are always better than 1. Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and our Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2
Coming up Monday on The Blitz, Jason Minix will be back from vacation. He'll sit in with us. Plus, we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys who start OTAs on Monday. What's going to happen there? The NBA playoffs. Do we have our finalists in the East and the West? All kinds of stuff to talk about. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
If I could turn my way. If I could turn back time, I would go back to the last segment when I was doing the Metallica bit and actually give away the tickets.
Right. We just moved on.
Let's do caller number 3. You'll win those tickets to the Four Horsemen show at the Aztec Theater. The Metallica, the only album quality Metallica tribute band.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
That's hard to find, but
the only one.
We gotta have to give him some kind of compliment. Have you ever made a record? We did make a record once. Oh, there we go.
Album quality.
Album quality.
Yeah.
Damn right. I wonder if Steven Tyler and Cher ever did it.
They share the same.
Well, they were born in what, the 30s?
Well, yeah, the same wardrobe.
Who do you think's prettier right now?
Cher.
It's closer than you think, Vic. It's closer than you think.
She's living off the blood of 30-year-old men, though.
Oh yeah, she doesn't mess with dudes.
You don't even see her when the sun's out. She's got a whole other thing going on.
She doesn't mess with dudes her age.
You got to be, what, 30 or younger?
I guess neither does he.
Yeah. No, I think he's actually dating. She's actually dating that Benson Boone guy, who's like, what, 22, whatever. Yeah, I think that's Cher's new man. I don't think that's true, but that'd be hilarious if it was. Paul Skeens is now dating Cher. Cooper Flagg's rumored to be dating Cher.
That's Alexander Edwards.
Who's that? Cher's boyfriend?
Yeah,
How old?
38-year-old music executive.
Music executive. He's in charge of her catalog.
They've been together since 2022.
Yes. Claymore's very upset with you, Rob, for saying that Angel Reese is not a good basketball player.
Well, she's not. I'd like for her to get better. She's not.
He said she led the league in rebounding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
that's got. I mean,
that's nice.
You're standing by not a good basketball player.
Not yet. No, I don't think she's very good.
Okay.
I mean, she can rebound. That's fine.
Well, it's kind of like you said with that card. It's all relative.
Yeah, it is.
She's good for a WNBA player, right?
Well, I think she could be a whole lot better. I think she's existing on looks and attitude more than skill. I think that she's a big girl that can rebound well, but she should be better by now. She needs to be getting better.
She does have swagger.
She does got swag, and it's important for the league. But for her to maintain this rivalry, I think she needs to be better and help her team get better.
Well, I do think at some point they're just going to have to fight. That's the only way to make it a real rivalry.
That's what the big
Oh,
three's
man,
for.
the ratings will go through the roof.
I'm not kidding.
No.
You want people to really talk about it. Yeah. Somebody's going to have to own it. Somebody's going to have to say, listen, and Angel Reese has to understand, like, you got to be the goon here. Like, listen, you don't even have to
You got to be the bad guy.
Yes. You got to be the heel. It's not always the most fun, but it pays well. And I would slip Angel Reese an envelope and say, hey,
well, she's got her own.
I don't want you to injure her, but I want there to be a wound that that we can rally around. Like when the president got his ear shot and he did that. We need to see some blood, not a lot, and it
Just
can be just a little,
like a bloody nose, maybe. That's
and
it.
Caitlyn is gonna have to stand like a hero at midcourt with her fist in the air, like fight the power.
Yeah. Wasn't it Angel that was talking about pay us what we're worth or we're going to go on strike? Wasn't she the one?
Was she really? She was a rookie. I mean, I don't know. Maybe so. All the lady basketballers think now that they should be paid like the NBA players because, well, now it's a popular game, and popular, by the way, is very relative.
Angel Reese says, just saw the question. What is Angel Reese famous for?
Lady basketball.
basketball prowess and her role as a what does it say?
And she's on a cereal
social
box.
media presence, NIL deals, and overall cultural influence.
She's on a cereal box. That's pretty boss.
She won a national title. I'm not trying to take anything away, but I think that I want her to be a better basketball player.
This.
Well, I want her to be a better basketball player.
Yeah, but that's done. That's like years ago.
I know, but I still like. That's my favorite Angel Reese moment until she gets in a fight with Caitlin Clark. And then
known for her appearances at the Met Gala and collaborations with celebrities like Megan Thee Stallion. So
Megan Thee Stallion's hot.
I want her to be known for winning titles.
Well,
and
she plays on the Chicago lady basketball team. They suck.
And I want her to be. I want her to be a better player, so this rivalry actually turns out. I want the women's basketball league to succeed. I think there's a place for this in the sporting world, and this to me kind of gets in the way of it.
And Mark's right. She had her own McDonald's meal.
Yeah. She's a cultural influence.
Claymore says, God forbid she has room for improvement.
She does. A lot of her. What are you talking about? Come on, Claymore.
She does.
Come on, Claymore, she is a less than well-rounded basketball player.
Well, if you compare the two, Caitlin beats Angel at everything except rebounds.
Well, but it's not. I mean, she's a big. She's playing a different position.
What about college national titles? 1-0, Angel.
Yeah.
1-0.
Mm-hmm.
Loser.
But she was first time all WNBA, All-Star, Caitlin.
Oh, stop it with it. God, Vic. You're just taking her side because she's white.
Well,
we all know there's long-standing beef between the blacks and the Mexicans. You don't need to take a side just because of that.
Nah, I'm not taking a side on that. I'm just thinking that Angel's just being childish about everything. The way she just over-exaggerates everything.
Well, like I said,
she just hates to be beaten. That's what happened.
Well, nobody likes losing. I will say this. I do like Rob saying he doesn't think it's good for the game. Yeah. I agree it's not good for the long term of the game. I don't believe there is a long-term good of the game. Like,
They've been around 38. It ain't going nowhere.
No, but it was a financial albatross for 37 years. So it's like,
oh yeah,
to say that it's
no one's losing money. You could say if an NBA team, the moment an NBA team starts losing money on anything, it's over. Spurs moment that the stars weren't making any pennies, boom. No, now you can break even. That's fine. They're making money. Everybody's making money. Nobody is in this to lose money. Now, they might show you an operating deficit. They might show you a loss. You know why they're showing you a loss? It's a benefit to those NBA teams to lose money with the WNBA. There is some money to be made without making a profit inside the umbrella of a corporation. So I don't believe that this is a losing proposition. It's just not making as much money as they would like to make.
Okay.
I mean, billionaires don't become billionaires giving away money.
No, but I do think the NBA tells them, hey, it's really good for our business if we
and we
don't
will
give
fund
up
you
on
to
the
break
gals.
even. We will get you TV deals and we'll break even. But the moment you're losing money, I'm out.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It does feel like, though, right now, Caitlin Clark is the face of the league.
By far. It should be.
She is white.
Well, that's part of the game.
Why should she be? She's not the best player in the league.
No, but she is the most important. Just like when LeBron was a second-year player, a rookie player, he wasn't the best player in the league, but he was already the most important.
Yeah.
I mean, he already took his team to Cleveland. He was alone, took that young team off. He became that important that fast, and so did Caitlin.
If Caitlin were a black girl, would she be the most important player in the league?
Probably not. She would be waiting her turn.
Then why is it wrong for me to say they should lean into it and lean into that?
What do you mean that what?
That the WNBA should lean into the race card of the whole thing.
Why can't we just lean into her greatness? I mean,
because she's not that great yet.
She is great. She is great. Name another.
Asia Wilson's better than her.
No, she's not.
She's won the MVP.
No, I thought you were talking about somebody. Asia Wilson is, but there's room on the plate for 5-6 greats. There's room. We talk about the NBA all the time. There's lots of guys we call great. Why can't we call Caitlin great? And I don't get why we have to lean into that, because she is a singularly very good basketball player and will be the greatest. She will be. You can see she's already got triple doubles working.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure I see her like that.
You don't see her for her talent?
No, I think she's a good player.
Only good?
I don't think she's like on track to be the like she's going to be better than Cheryl Swoops and all that? No, I don't think so.
I mean, it's her second year, but I would say the trend is just like any other young, great player, that if all thing pans out, she's going to be on it. I mean, just like any other player any other time. Anthony Edwards right now, well, let's say a second-year player in the NBA. Wemby. Wemby should be, if everything pans out, probably going to be exactly what we think, and I think Caitlin is right there. And for that reason, she deserves to be front and center.
Okay.
Because Asia isn't.
Well,
she's not.
Why?
Whatever reason. I mean,
she's not as big of a star, but
she got famous before Caitlin got here. She
Yeah.
got good before Caitlin got here. I mean, there are other stars that are still more famous than Asia right now that are leaving. I mean, Kelsey Plum, more famous, done. Diana Taurasi, more famous, done. Not the best player, but still more important.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing so far to tell me she's going to be a better player than Asia Wilson, much less. But I don't even know who the best lady basketballer of all time is in the WNBA. Like, I don't know if there's like a.
I think universally most people would agree it's probably Taurasi.
Okay. Yeah.
And to me, I think.
So you think she's going to be?
Agree.
You think she'll be better than her? It's not just because just because Diana Taurasi's white, right?
I didn't even think about that. No.
Okay.
But Swoops belongs. Cheryl Miller belongs in there. There's a lot that belong in there, but I don't know. Why can't we treat it like the NBA? There doesn't have to be just one. There's 6 or 7 dudes that we can all argue. Well, there's 4 or 5 that we can argue on a given day is the best in the world. And I think I've seen Caitlin pull off some triple doubles. There's not a lot of people do what she can do.
Okay. Let's see. 25 greatest WNBA players in history ranked. Now, this is obviously not an official list.
But I think we can name.
Diana Taurasi 1. Tamika Catchings 2.
See, there's so many that, yeah.
Cheryl Swoops 3. Lisa Leslie 4. Candace Parker 5.
Where's Griner on this?
I used to have a crush on Candace Parker. I think she was hot when she was in college. Maya Moore 6. Cynthia Cooper 7.
All greats, yeah.
Lauren Jackson 8. Ella Deladon.
No, it's Deladon.
Ella Deladon 9. And
She's
Sylvia Fowles 10. Sue Bird, Brianna Stewart, Tina Charles, Brittany Griner, Yolanda Griffith. That's your Tina Thompson, Cappy Pondexter. That's a made up name.
That's a long time ago.
She
was at Louisiana Tech.
First week?
She's the George Mikan of the WNBA.
Actually, the other way. I think she's like 5'5".
Simone Augustus, NECA.
Ogimlake?
Yeah, Ogimlake. That's what I was going to say, but then you interrupted me.
Yeah.
Katie Smith, Shamika Holdsclaw, Angel McCoughtry. I don't know. Asia Wilson, 23. Rebecca Brunson, 24. Deanna Nolan, 25. Now, this list was created June of last year, so maybe now Asia Wilson's higher than 23 on the list.
Probably.
But because she's a 3-time MVP now.
She's great, yeah, but she's been around a minute.
Okay.
I mean, she's the kind of, to me, when I think Asia Wilson, she's the punches the clock, goes to work, gets great, and goes home.
Okay.
You know?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm a big dummy, but I think that there's something drawing people to Caitlin Clark more than her basketball abilities.
Well, yeah. I mean, think about what we saw Caitlin do.
And
we
it's
saw
not
her
because
sitting.
I think she's super hot either.
No, but we saw her sitting with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce at a football game.
Yeah.
I mean, her Q rating's pretty damn high. So
connected.
Some of this is by design. It's by Nike, and we got to get you out. We got to get you in front of folks to justify the investment in you. But another half of this is the WNBA just deciding, guess what? We are making you front and center, the most important part of the league. And I think there's a lot of the old school WNBA players that have a real problem. Not so much with her, but with the idea of the second-year player. What are you talking about? I mean, you still have, like, you got Asia down in Vegas winning titles and MVPs.
Yeah.
Why aren't you focusing on her? It's because you're not as important. It's not about as good, but you're not as important to the league in the future, to the 5-year-old girls who don't really look at Asia Wilson, but see a new person as they grew into the game, somebody you can emulate. And I know guys that are wearing that jersey.
But you agree, part of why Magic and Bird were so important to the league.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
If Magic and Bird had
It
both
had to
been
happen.
if Magic and Bird had both been brothers,
It had to happen.
Neither one of them would have been as important to the league as they were. As great of players as they were, they would not have had the cultural importance that they did.
And we have to keep in mind the era, and this was 40 years ago. It had to happen. That's when the conversation, I thought we'd done this already, that we'd already had this
Well, we
conversation.
had for the regular basketball.
Right.
Now
So now we're doing it again, and we know the outcome will be if you handle it and get away from the racism as fast as possible and just get to great basketball, then you're doing it right. And that's what the NBA did. As fast as they could get away from that, they crushed it, they stomped it down, and they just went to the greatness of the game.
All right, we got some sound from the NBA on the other side. We'll get away from this lady basketball talk. We'll talk about the men's game. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you guys about Carbach. Ooh, I had some Carbach last night. Had some Carbach over on Marbach. What you know about that?
It's a testament to where all this you can find it in the bars. If you're finding a sports bar off Marbach, you can find your beer wherever you want to find it.
I saw that Carbach on the handle. I said, let me get that, baby.
They got the handles.
She said, we only have it on draft. I said, fine by me, Bubba. Fine by. I didn't call her Bubba because she was a lady. But I did have some delicious Ziegenbach last night over there on Marbach Street. So if you can get it there, Rob's right. You can get it anywhere. And it is all over San Antonio. They have made it a point to get their beer all around our fair city, and it is there. And sometimes it's the Ziegenbach, sometimes it's Hopadillo, sometimes the Love Street. That's their best seller. I've been drinking that rhubarb. Oh, I'm almost out of that stuff, but that is good summertime beer drinking right there. And the Imperial Hopadillo, the Double Dillo, they call it, 9.9%. 9.9. That is a bombski, baby. Something for everybody in their lineup. So when you're out and about, you're looking for something to upgrade your beer drinking game, go ahead and ask the bartender to please make it a Carbach.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still dealing with that trouble spot at 281 southbound at Bassey. Disabled vehicle that's off to the shoulder. They just cleared that stall at 1604 westbound I-10. We are getting reports via the police scanner of a possible police chase on a Highway 90, so we'll keep you posted as soon as we find out more about that. On 90, frontage road eastbound Hunt Lane over to 410. That is still closed as crews repair a water main break. The exit ramp is blocked as well. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by H-E-B. H-E-B is your one-stop shop for everything you need for Texans summer get-togethers. From barbecues to pool parties, H-E-B's got everything for your summer gatherings at everyday low prices. H-E-B, here everything's better.
John, what do you think about these tariffs? What do you think is going to happen? Well, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. The prices on used cars have suddenly come up because the cost has gone up. And at GimmeTheVin.com, we're paying more. Go to GimmeTheVin.com, put in your license plate, and see for yourself. We're paying more today than we were yesterday. Remember, the tariffs have raised the car prices, and we are paying extra. GimmeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer. Sell us your car.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Did you know that 70% of divorces are filed by women? She's already thinking about it. Don't get caught off guard. Contact Barton & Associates today and get your freedom back before Father's Day. TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
How is it you not buckled? Cammy, we're not going far. Mm-hmm. You must be my dumbest grandkid. But I know these roads well. Mm-hmm. This big old truck will protect me and you. Mm-hmm. Ugh. Am I gonna get a ticket? Mm-hmm.
Save the excuses. Buckle up and avoid a fine up to $200. Click it or ticket. Day and night.
Mm-hmm.
A message from TxDOT.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let's see, daily audio.
Got your back.
Want to give you guys some clips from the weekend, including the vanquished Nikola Jokic. Here's what, because there's a lot of people. I saw an article today. What do the Nuggets have to do to stop wasting the prime of Joker's career?
It's a legitimate question, but
also they've won a title though. Is it wasted if you?
Here's the point with this. What I find aggravating is at some point, if you want me to foster his great years, he needs to do some of it for himself too. He is not fully physically in shape. Now, it's hard to argue with success and greatness, but you just feel like if you're in a little bit better shape, maybe you'd have been a little bit better off. Yeah. But you're still one of the top 3 players in the world, so I don't know how much better you could get.
Here's what Jokic had to say after the game.
I need to decide, there is a Eurobasket, the European Championship. I need to decide that. I need to talk with the coaches and with some of the main players, let's say like that. And we will see, But from now, like next couple of days, there's going to be a lot of beer probably.
Thank you, Coach. A lot of beer. And again,
beer.
Who's going to argue with? Like, I mean, it makes some sense. They did ask him if he thinks that the core of that group with the Nuggets can still win a title.
I mean, we didn't, so obviously we can't. If we could, we will win it. So I don't believe in those if stuff. So we had the opportunity, we didn't win it. So I think we can't.
Oh man, I love that. I have never heard a guy say that ever.
If we could, we would have. I mean, that's kind of refreshing.
So do you think that's just kind of like off the cuff? Like, no, because we didn't. Or is that like, you know what? Adelman got to go. This guy,
well, I do think
Michael
it's saying
got to go. This guy got to play. I mean, does that sound like Joker putting his foot down?
I think it's him saying what we've got here isn't enough. And,
I agree.
And he's probably right. You've got a diminished Jamal Murray, who is no longer. I mean, what was it? 3 years ago they won the title. He looks like a shell of that Jamal Murray.
I think I'm not done with him. I think you can still win with him. He's one of the dudes. I look at this team. There's 3 guys on this team. 3. Everybody else, I got to keep Joker. Secondly, I got to keep Braun, who looks like an all-star on his way, that it's going to be around for cheap, and Jamal Murray. Everybody else on this roster I can talk about.
I don't know. Aaron Gordon had a hell of a
he
postseason.
Did, but how old is Aaron Gordon? I mean,
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think Aaron's got about 8 years in him. I think he's probably valuable enough to move to help you. Yeah, he's still good, and my goodness, did he help you. But the thing is, as a Denver Nugget, you can't get rid of Aaron Gordon. You can't, because he is part of the dudes that brought you a ring.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think – I say you can't. I just don't see how Denver – could make the deal for him. It'd be the equivalent of the Spurs trading Sean Elliott, or that first title. I just can't imagine working without him, though I do think he's reached that point in his career where he can still bring you some value, but not as much value as he's worth keeping.
Well, I'll tell you what, Christian Brown is a stud.
Yeah, he looks like an all-star. He does.
I watched him in college, and he was a good player, but he can shoot. He is fast. He is explosive. He plays great defense. Like,
Yeah,
he checks kind of all the boxes.
So if you're looking to rebuild, I go, well, I know I can't get rid of Joker. This dude looks like an all-star on his way. Jamal, still a bucket. You know, I saw him go get 25 the other night. He can still do it. After that, I can talk, but I think more importantly,
you need to find a way to get away from Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. sucks.
Yeah.
You can write down that I said I don't care. He might have been good at one point. He sucks now.
Yeah,
He's
and there's a lot
washed.
of guys can do for what they're paying him for a stand-up jump shooter who doesn't get back on defense. There's a lot of dudes do exactly what you do.
And then finally, they asked Joker what he thought of Adelman and whether or not he should be the head coach going forward.
I think he changed energy. I think the guys were woken up a little bit. The guys had more energy. He made us believe in something, and we played good. You know, we played a seven game series with probably the best team in NBA, and we had opportunity. We had chances. So, you know, I think he did a really good job.
And as far as the future goes for him.
I'm not the guy to add. I mean, it's above my pay grade.
No,
that's above my pay grade.
You just said it. Is your pay grade include this team sucks and let's fix it?
I don't do this.
Dude,
they asked Jamal Murray the same question on if he thinks that the core that's there can win another title. How different do you think his answer will be from Jokic's?
Very opposite, total opposite.
2 years removed from the championship, just what is your confidence that this core group can still win another title?
100%. Just came up short tonight. I get back in the gym and get back to it for next year.
Of course he says it.
100%. You know why? Because the core group is no longer Jamal Murray.
No.
The core group is Joker and whoever he chooses to keep around.
Pretty much. And notice he stopped short with that coach. I mean, he talked about that was not an endorsement for Adelman. Not your pay grade. Dude, they're about to pay you $70 million a year. It is in your pay grade.
Yeah. And then finally they asked David Adelman what went wrong in the Game 7 here.
Crush for the guys in there. Just the effort they gave to get to this position and have the opportunity today, and then to have the start that we wanted, and then for it to go sideways so quickly. I mean, I thought we controlled the pace of the game early. It's easy to forget that now. But to be up 21-10, it felt like we just could not push that thing out. That felt like the score for 4 minutes. And that was our opportunity to really take control of the game. Once they got back into it, they kept bringing new people in, and they did overwhelm us. The turnovers were a huge issue in this game, obviously. And sometimes turnovers the number doesn't matter, but 16 steals, that's live ball turnovers, that's dunks. That's 37 points off your mistakes. So you're not going to win a playoff game like that.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. And they were careless with the ball. And mind you, who's the primary ball handler for that team?
Joker, which we could argue.
Lot was on him.
Yeah.
Well, and who's the guy who primarily brings the ball up the court? It's either him or Murray.
Yeah.
And
I love DA, says Aaron Gordon. I'm reading what Kroenke had to say. This guy might actually have the team.
I think he's going to.
It just feels so unforgivable to lose like that. To lose because they put a guard on your big.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You couldn't have found a way out of that.
We'll hear some sound from the Thunder on the other side, and we will have something this year that we've never had in the history of the NBA. I'll tell you what it is next. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the GPS directions first, before driving to the mall.
Turn right at the light. In 1,000 miles, you will reach Montreal.
Not Montreal, the mall.
Recalculating. 6,000 miles to Nepal.
No, the mall.
Checking first is smart.
Recalculating.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Missions fans, level up your Tuesdays with AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium. Presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Unlock $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more. Don't miss this high score deal. First pitch is 7:05 p.m. Grab your tickets now at samissions.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them. They have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still dealing with that trouble spot at 281 southbound at Bassey. Disabled vehicle that's off to the shoulder. They just cleared that stall at 1604 westbound I-10. We are getting reports via the police scanner of a possible police chase on a Highway 90, so we'll keep you posted as soon as we find out more about that. On 90, frontage road eastbound Hunt Lane over to 410. That is still closed as crews repair a water main break. The exit ramp is blocked as well. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Thunder routed the Nuggets in Game 7 to advance to the Western Conference Final for the first time since 2016. Scottie Scheffler rolled to his third major win at Quail Hollow. He won by 5 strokes. The number 1 overall earned his third career major championship, overcoming a rough 2-over front 9 before going 2 under in the final 9 holes to finish with a 5-stroke win. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
9:02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let's start the segment with telling you it is a Mellow Mushroom Monday.
Yep.
So let's do it right now. Somebody is going to win a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Mellow Mushroom up there on 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Delicious, delicious spot. Let's do caller number 4. You'll win a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom, just like that. Somebody else is going to win a Mellow Mushroom gift card later on this hour when I give away qualification for those ACL wristbands. That comes with a Mellow Mushroom gift card. So even if you don't win the ACL tickets, you got a 20% chance of winning them. But even if you don't, you still have a 100% chance of a Mellow Mushroom gift card, which is hard to beat. We'll also have some Simple Plan tickets a little later in the show as well, so make sure you're sticking with us. There was a team that won that game. It wasn't just the Nuggets who blew it. The Thunder, they may have had something to do with that. And SGA. Now, this is something not a lot of people say, and I you know what? I'll go ahead and play it, and then I'll discuss it after.
I was nervous, to be honest, just knowing like what's on the line. We've worked so hard the whole 82-game season. We've all worked so hard in the summer, and to know like if you don't bring your A game, it could all be over with, and all for nothing. But I think that nervousness like motivated me and helped me play today. Like helped me give my all on both ends of the floor, and I used it to my advantage.
I think people I don't know why, and you know what? Here's Alex Caruso basically talking about the same thing about whether or not he was nervous.
Yeah, I mean, I think, if you don't feel anything leading up to it, you're probably like a serial killer. You need to be checked out. I was a little anxious, but not in a sense of winning or losing, but in a sense of I was ready to play, and I was ready to get to the game. There was nothing else to do. We played each other 6 times. We knew what they were going to do. They knew what we were going to do. It's about going out there and competing and playing. So, no, I got a full 9.5 hours last night. I slept really good, woke up, watched some of the PGA Championship, and was just ready to get to the game and play because we had been off for 2 days.
People always ask me, and I've asked a lot of fighters this, and I think a lot of them lie, but people always ask me if I was nervous when I was going to fight. And I fought 7 times in a cage. 7 times before, I was on the brink of throwing up. I was absolutely nervous every time. And it's not because it was I didn't have doubts or self-doubt of whether or not I was going to be able to win or not. Okay. But you're going to be in a cage in front of a bunch of people, including your friends and family, including your coaches, and there's someone in there who wants to hurt you, and there's a lot of things that could go wrong. Mm-hmm. And if you're not nervous in those situations, it is kind of weird.
Never being in an individual sport, I was never nervous.
No?
Nervous is not the term. Anxious would be the word. No, a team sport's a little bit different. And so not being single and not being punched in the face, not being afraid of losing an eye or whatever it might be. Nervous, I was always more nervous, not about me. I was never nervous for me. I was nervous for the rest of my team. I hope this brother stands up, I hope this guy, seriously. Yeah. I always knew I was going to bring mine. Yeah. I was never worried about me. Now, I might not make every shot, but I'm going to do everything I can. If I was ever nervous or worried, because everybody's nervous. Nobody wants to fail in front of people. But anxious, if I was ever anxious, it was not because of me. I was never worried that I was going to let somebody down. Now, I'm sure I did. Mm-hmm. I'm sure I missed shots and did some stuff that let other people down. But I was never worried that I wasn't going to bring it. Coming out, I was always more worried, is he going to be able to do what I want him to do? Or will he do it? Or will this guy, is he healthy? It was never me. I never woke up I hope I don't screw up.
When were your kids ever involved in games that you were
absolutely. And
were you nervous for them or nervous?
Yeah, and both of them reacted a little bit differently. One was, give me the damn ball and get out of the way. I don't want anybody to screw it up for me. One was I'm not going to let you screw it up. I'm going to go do it, which is not the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
And then I had another one that was more
passive.
Not passive, but I want to make sure everybody's involved, and I'm going to maybe pass up something that, dude, that's you. You got to do this, whether it was a defensive stand or whatever. You got to do it. So everybody reacts differently, and some of them get more selfish because I'm not going to let you screw it up for me. And then others are, I'm going to make sure we spread the wealth and everybody rises and we'll be fine. I'm just, the worried part, no, that's never been me. And I don't think most great athletes are worried about themselves.
I wonder if did you ever play in a state championship game or something?
See, I wonder if games and things like that. Yeah.
I wonder
conference championship
there's something
stuff.
to hey, if you lose this game, you're out.
Well, we've all played those. Everybody's played their last game, and I don't know. every last game I ever played, I didn't think it was my last game.
Yeah.
I never, because I wasn't playing in a championship game. I thought, we win, we progress. So I never went into it like, this is it, no matter what. I never had that. It was, we're going to win this one, we're going to play tomorrow.
Well, in this one, they knew it's win or
and having never been there, I don't know if I would react the same. I think it would be the same. I'm not worried about me. I've done my work.
Yeah, I don't blame the nerves. I think it's a normal feeling.
Yeah. Don't tell me you're afraid. That's the one thing I don't want to hear.
No, I'm not afraid, but like,
be nervous. Be nervous because you want me to do best. You're not worried about yourself, and that's the way I always want my kids. Don't worry about you. You know you did the work. You know you've done everything you can to be ready. And if you did that, go in and have fun. Just go in and do it.
My very first fight, the time from when I got to the arena until I got into the cage, I used the restroom 3 times. Number 2 3 times.
Oh no!
And the 3rd time, my hands were already wrapped, so I couldn't wash my hands. And when I hit him, I was thinking, I just got poop on your face.
Nice. Did he have pink eye?
No, I don't think so. But I did think about it. Those are the random things I think about when I'm fighting a person in a cage. I don't know if that's
How do you clean yourself?
I know I'm going to be thinking that now from now on.
I tried to like wash my fingers off, but it's like you couldn't get the wraps wet, or they would make you rewrap. I was like, I don't know.
To adjust your pregame meal.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Dude, it was nerves. It was nerves. And then Mark Dagnall on the decision to having Caruso guard Jokic, which ended up being
brilliant.
Yeah, a brilliant move.
Well, the volume of it today was a result of how effective it was, but looking at it was a priority going into today, and he did an unbelievable job, individually. And then, if you're putting a 6'5" guard on a player like that, you need like relentless help and relentless pressure on the entry passes, and it all works together. So he had an amazing effort individually, but that truly, when you expose yourself like that, truly is a team defense to make that effective, and the guys execute the hell out of that.
Yeah, just a brilliant game plan, and even when things weren't going great for OKC early on, they held in. They're so good.
When we opened the show, when you brought it up, they're just so freaking deep, man.
They are.
They just keep bringing guys in. They're just as good as the guy that sat down, but they have more wind and more bounce.
It's impossible that all of those guys are going to have a bad day at the same time,
And you could look at the frustration in Joker's eyes, like they were ants on an ice cream cone. He could not turn the right direction. They were coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
And that he was genuinely frustrated, and you don't see that from him.
Yeah.
Just genuinely like, man, you guys aren't helping me. The refs aren't helping me. I ain't helping me. Nobody's helping me. We're losing.
For the first time in the history of the NBA, first time ever, we will have gone 7 straight years with 7 new champions. That has never happened before in NBA history.
And that's worthy of a discussion.
Is that a good thing for the league?
I don't know.
I mean, listen, Spurs fans, Warriors fans, Rockets fan, or not Rockets fan, Bulls fans back in the day, Lakers fans, Celtics fans, they like the dynasty.
Well, I think that's worthy of a great conversation because there's certainly two schools of thought.
But for parity,
for parity's sake, I get it.
Feeling like you got a chance.
But there's something about the evil empire that makes everybody raise their game. For 20 years, we chased New England. We chased the GOAT. You had to get that much better to get there because you knew if you didn't, there was no way in hell you were going to beat them.
Yeah.
And I think that when you have those, the elevation of just the quality of play rises because you got to be that good.
But does the same team need to always win?
No. And I think given the day and age, the rules are set up for no more dynasties. The rules are set up for dynasties to last 3 or 4 years, and then you gotta break them up. You just can't maintain.
Seems that way. I think it's good. I think it's good that that there's some new blood.
Absolutely. But when you go, who won it 3 years ago? Who was that again?
Yeah.
So there is some continuity that you lose because you forget who it was. But no, as a member of the have-nots right now, I'm all about parity.
Well, now you are. There was a time when I'm sure you weren't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. As a member of the have-nots up until very recently, I'm all in for parity. Now I want dynasty.
Yeah. Raptors, Lakers, Bucks, Warriors, Nuggets, Celtics, and a new winner this year will be 7 consecutive. Has never happened in the history of the NBA before.
What about every other sport? I mean, have we seen 7? I mean, have we seen sustained 7 different champions in the NFL?
That's a good question. I bet we have in the NFL. I bet we've gone a 7-year run with new champions. I know we have in baseball, although it's probably been a while for baseball.
No way in hockey. There's not enough teams, right?
I don't know. I mean, you know what? Now I can tell you what I'm going to do during the next break. I'm going to figure it out. But yeah, I think this is good. And somebody said it. Here it is. SRS said the nightmare scenario for the NBA is OKC versus Indy. Can you imagine the ratings? I don't know. I don't know that it is.
I think basketball fan, I ain't going to go nowhere, but the passing fan ain't going to tune in.
First of all, casual fan, the best matchup for casual fan is Knicks versus Thunder. It's Oklahoma City, who was far and away the best team in the league all year, against the Thunder or against the Knicks, who are the New York team.
Right.
I think the NBA would much prefer having those two teams, at least one of them in. I know Anthony Edwards is like knocking on the door of being a star, and they would love to see him become a star. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the MVP. And this goes back to something I said last week. I mean, it just doesn't happen. Your son Jack and I were texting about that over the weekend, about 45 years, and there's been 1, maybe 2 teams that didn't have a top 5 player in the league on the roster. And the one that's a question mark was last year's Celtics team with Jason Tatum, which, I mean, I guess it depends on how you view Jason Tatum. But the only guy who's left in the conversation right now is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander that can keep that streak going. It's just that's the kind of player it takes, and the NBA is never going to be mad that those kind of players are the guys featured in their finals.
And I do think that times have changed a bit. I don't think you can be in Oklahoma City and still be a national draw. You can still have guys that live in L.A. wearing OKC jerseys, and I promise you there are. It's not quite like it was in Spurs land in 2002, where if you weren't paying attention, you didn't even know who the hell they were,
I do think Indiana is the worst case scenario for the NBA, period, because they don't have a star.
No, they don't. And the sad thing is they're back again. I mean, they were here last year, and we still don't know who the hell they are.
Yeah, and I think Nembhard's good. I think Halliburton's good most of the time. I think Aaron Nesmith's good.
Yeah.
Miles Turner's good. But they don't have a guy who a casual sports fan, if you put his face on TV without a name, they go, oh, yeah, that's him. They don't have that.
Well, I heard it put best. They're a poor man's Oklahoma City. They just don't have an MVP, but they are. They're 9 deep. They're all really good. They just don't have the superstar like
relatively
Oklahoma City.
Young. Yeah. All right. Let's hit a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at what's going on in the world outside of sports. It is the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still dealing with this 18-wheeler accident on 410 westbound, East Rolling Ridge to Evers. Now, this is on the frontage road, so main lanes are getting by. Also on the frontage road of 410 northbound Medina Base Road, this wreck is in the right lane. And 90 frontage road eastbound Hunt Lane to 410 still closed as crews repair a water main break. 35 southbound Olympia Parkway to 1604 through the Selma area, that's road work right lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you want the lowest price. With their lowest price guarantee, if you find a qualifying lower price on the same item, they'll match it. Price match applies to the same item, current price at qualifying retailers, exclusions and terms apply. Learn how they'll match price at Lowe's.com/lowest price guarantee.
Divorce isn't failure, it's freedom. And when you have the right team behind you, it's a whole lot easier. Get your freedom back before Father's Day and avoid getting stuck with just half. Contact Barton & Associates now at TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Imagine selling your home and getting paid before and after it sells. It's like getting paid twice. Jason Minix here from San Antonio Sports Star. You can do that with Orchard. Orchard puts cash into your pocket so you can buy your dream home. Then your Orchard experts prepare and market your old home, including repairs, showings, even price-boosting upgrades. And here's why Orchard's the best. When your home sells for more, which happens 9 times out of 10, you get that cash too. It's almost like getting paid twice. That's why Orchard is the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to sell your home. Orchard can unlock cash from your old home to use on your new home. That's payday 1. Then you buy your new place, and once you're in, Orchard sells your old home for top dollar. You get that money too. Boom, payday 2. Learn how you can make more with Orchard. Start with your free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This Memorial Day, turn up the heat with the Home Depot. Find the perfect grill and patio set to keep the cookouts coming all season long. Grill up a feast with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill, only $229. And complete your space with the stylish Glen Ridge Falls 7-piece dining set, now on special buy for just $499 with free delivery. Take your Memorial Day cookout to the next level all summer long with the Home Depot. See homedepot.com/delivery for more details.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
I can't believe they're moving the team to another city.
True, but you'll never forget all the joy they brought into your life.
Joy? They made the playoffs twice in 50 years.
Gosh, those 2 times were pretty great, weren't they?
How would I know? I wasn't even born yet.
Just think of all the free time you'll have on game days.
Those games were the highlight of my week.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The coolest summer starts at Target with up to 50% off select Sun Squad pool and outdoor toys and 20% off select favorite day treats with Target Circle. Discover inflatable pools and outdoor toys that'll surely make a big splash this season, while you keep it cool and sweet with the most shareable cookies and frozen snacks under the sun.
Hurry! Now through Memorial Day, save up to 50% on select Sun Squad toys and 20% on select favorite day treats with Target Circle, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Days going by, thinking about you all the time, but you're out here and I'm here waiting. Wrote this letter in my head. Oh, what do you know about Simple Plan, Rob?
I thought it was a made-up band. I really did. I do not. I vaguely remember the video.
This could be the one last chance to make you understand. I'd do anything anything just to hold Rob in my arms to try and make him laugh.
This
'Cause
is a Green
somehow
Day?
I can't put him in the past. I'd do anything just to fall asleep with you.
I've never heard the song.
What?
I'm telling you, I thought I'd heard of him. I watched the video. I kind of recognized the dude. I must have been in jail at that point.
Maybe so.
Doing time.
Simple Plans coming to the Aztec Theater on September 5th. The Bigger Than You Think tour. They are bigger than you think, Rob.
I don't dislike. I'm just saying I don't think they sound like so many other bands.
They sound like every 2000s pop punk band.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's because they are every 2000s pop punk band. My guess is the singer from this band probably had a relationship with Avril Lavigne at some point. That's my guess.
That guy just ate a roach.
I do anything.
Did you see that?
He just what?
He just ate a bug. I didn't notice that.
Who did?
Look on the video.
Oh, well, we're not watching the video. Only
don't
you
have
are.
it
How
up
could we
here.
see it?
Hold on. Let me see how I put it over here. Hold on. Thought I was
Well, he
laying
will
over
do
there.
anything, including eat a bug, I guess.
That was awful.
Listen, but he got her, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He got her. Yeah. He'd do anything just to hold her in his arms. Let's do caller number 5. You'll go see Simple Plan
Yeah, I recognize these
at the Aztec
Yeah, I've seen
Theater.
it before.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
But you didn't want to sing along with me.
I don't know the words
noticed.
like you, man. It's
Okay.
not like I know them. Perfect was their most successful song. Reached 5th in the
Perfect.
Canadian Hot 100 and 6th in the ARIA singles chart.
Let's hear Perfect, Vic. Can you play it?
Yeah, hold on. Let me, pull
Oh, you're trying to show me him eating a bug still.
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on. Here we go.
Okay. Da-da-da.
Perfect, I think, is like a it's a romantic song. I don't like that.
No,
Yeah, it's a little slow for
Yeah.
me.
there we go.
Oh, here we go.
At the Aztec.
Oh yeah, this is a song to his dad about his dad thinks he's a loser.
So this is their biggest hit?
Listen, this is
I like the other one.
I like the other one better too. But you got to remember this is what the kids call emo. And there's probably a lot of kids whose dads were very disappointed in them.
Angst.
Who were like,
Yeah.
who they can relate to this.
Yeah,
just
there
saw
it
Meet the
is.
I
Roach.
saw it, yeah. Sorry I can't be perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
How
Sorry, Dad.
sad.
Now, my dad let me know early and often I was a loser.
Don't even try to get better.
Really?
Let's go
No,
get a job.
my dad was actually
Go
my
get
dad
to
was
work.
actually very supportive of me.
This-
But you know, all right. That's enough Simple Plan for the day. We'll play the B-side tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we'll have more tickets to give away. So worry not, friends. Worry not. There's more tomorrow. I do like to see what else is going on in the world outside of sports on during this segment. And we might be nearing the end of an era. The celebrity tequila era may be coming to an end.
Really? Well,
Now
what
this
am I
has
gonna
been
put my money in.
this has been a big thing for a long time.
You had to have shoes, you had to have sunglasses, a car, and a liquor.
Well, the problem is the industry is changing, and things have slowed down. And after, it's almost like any other market. There's usually wild growth, and then there's drawback. Craft beer experienced the same thing. But you have to remember that there's a ton of these tequila brands are owned by celebrities now. But there has been excessive demand, and it has sparked an oversupply of agave, causing prices to sharply decline as inventory goes unsold, damaging profits for farmers. Now, there's also threats of tariffs.
I've heard of those.
25% tariffs as the spirit is produced exclusively in Mexico. Currently falls under the free trade agreement that the president signed with Mexico and Canada, which is set to expire next year. And that's good news for now, but next year, I don't know. He said also tequila drinkers not spending as much on the super premium category, i.e. the $150 bottle of Casa Azul that's a favorite of the Real Housewives celebrities. So he says that benefits the brands that charge $45 to $60 a bottle, such as Pantalones tequila.
It's interesting that there's
That's Matthew McConaughey's brand, by the way.
There's a lot of, there's a glut of the agave, but that glut started years ago because it takes years for those agaves to reach maturity. So what we're dealing with is all the plants that were put in the ground 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago, and suddenly they're all
there's too many of them
mature enough to now be made into tequila. I have a couple of very good friends that have gone into the mezcal business.
Now, I don't know if mezcal is experiencing the same.
It's the same plant, though, right?
I think so. Yeah. Mezcaleros.
Yeah, I would go into that just to be known as a mezcalero.
It is a good name. Now, they may have invested at the wrong time.
I don't know if mezcal is compared to tequila in the same. I guess it's like rye and bourbon and whiskey.
Yeah,
that's all kind of in the same.
They are very different drinks, though. I mean, it's
But if you'll drink one, you'll try the other two.
You'll try, but not you. I know a lot of people. I love mezcal.
It's a little smoky.
I like tequila too, but I know like my wife will drink tequila-based drinks, and if she drinks something that's got mezcal in it, she is out.
Yeah, it's a little smoky for me. It's not my first choice. I don't dislike it, and I guess I could probably grow to like it. But and also, if there's a market in there wir I could have my own mezcal.
Even though you would want to market for something you wanted to have your own, even though you don't really like it.
I grew up, I was told to have to be a success, you have to have a pair of shoes with your your autographed brand of shoes. You need to have a line of clothing of some sort, right?
Yeah.
What else do we need? A drink, Pepsi, Gatorade, Coke, something like that,
or like even a energy drink.
Yeah, you got to have one of those, and you got to have a liquor. You got to have a vodka or a tequila, or you're not really a superstar.
Well, I think that you may have to switch.
Well, what's Diddy's brand? That's about to go
That's
under.
Ciroc vodka.
Ciroc's about to go under.
Yeah.
I always had that slight oily taste, that baby oil kind of.
It tastes good, though. To me, it's perfect.
Would you? So it wouldn't affect you one lick if Diddy went to jail for life. Would you still buy his liquor?
Well, yeah, it's the only one that doesn't give me a hangover.
There you go.
It's about me.
Well, it should be about you.
Yeah. That's why I don't like the whiskeys. Those give me like horrible hangovers.
Yeah, but even though now, I think now the money's not going to Diddy anymore.
Yeah, I think
it's going to his victims now.
Good. Then buy it if it's going to his victims.
Yeah, but I'll buy maybe a couple bottles just
stock up just in case.
I go through a bottle like every 2 years, so it's gonna last me a while. I don't. Even on New Year's, you have to like force me to drink. So
Ciroc, that's the brand.
Yeah. A couple teenage boys will be held in juvie accused of stealing condoms, pointing a gun at people, and ramming into a police cruiser during a getaway in Seattle.
Jeez.
They're facing first-degree robbery charges. Another also faces reckless driving and unlawful possession of a firearm after police recovered a stolen loaded shotgun from the getaway car.
Sounds like a Jonah Hill movie.
They also found 3 underage girls in the back of the car. One of them had been reported missing.
Trafficking involved. And these are underage guys as well?
It says, I think it's extremely notable that these underage women were definitely dressed as though they were going to be trafficked or used in some way on Aurora. They're 16-year-old boys, though, so I don't know. I will say this. When I joined the Army, I was 17 years old.
Okay.
And I was trying to have relations, and I went to go buy some protection.
Okay.
And
they only had Magnums?
Well,
Could use this or the thing over the newspaper, one or the other.
So,
all right, resume story.
Thank you. So I go to buy these, and they ask for my ID.
What?
That's what I said.
For condoms?
And I was like, I don't have my ID. I'd literally.
Is this in New Mexico?
This was in Tennessee.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't have my ID with me. I'm just trying to. I'm
not buying
right now.
anything.
The clock is ticking here.
I'm trying to get laid, Bubba.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, no, I can't sell them to you unless you're 21. And I said, 21? I said, dude, so you're telling me you're trying to, I said, do you think there's a law that says they want underage people to have unprotected sex? I said, that's outrageous.
Yeah, you should be giving these away.
This guy was a dope. I knew he was wrong. I went to another store and they sold them to me, no problem. But I remember it was like a bit. It could have cost me. It was a mom. It was like you only have a certain window when it's like.
Dude, that dude was. There's a term for what he was doing, and it was blocking.
Yeah.
He was like, dude, I don't even know you. Why are you blocking?
Hating ass
Yeah,
hater.
Could be. You could still be paying $1,000 a month right now.
I you know.
You know what I mean?
Very well could be. Finally, mom left her 4 children in a car while she got drunk at the bar. This was in Arizona where, you know, it's warm. The moms tried, there were 2 moms, a pair of moms tried to convince police they left their kids in the parking lot while they went to use a restroom, but they'd both allegedly been drinking in a bar. Officers responded around 11 p.m. by a call to someone who said they found a small child running around the parking lot alone. Witnesses at the scene told police they searched for the child's parents, could not find any other adults around. Child led the witnesses to a car where 3 more small children sat inside, 2 of them in car seats. In the video, the witness told police, "This is the kid's name. We found her going up and down here. She took us in the car, or she took us to the car." When police searched the car, basically it makes sense now. The windows were cracked, first of all, so responsible parenting. And she left the kids a bag of weed. So, I mean, what's the big deal? The weed was babysitting.
They were making money on the side.
A large bag of marijuana.
Large bag of weed.
Yeah.
Not a small one.
Not the personal use side. Large bag.
Did they leave it for the kids to break up
of
and
marijuana?
bag and, put them in little sacks?
Well, they were working.
Yeah. Both women tried to use the restroom excuse. They went to the Salt Tacos y Tequila bar and restaurant. They just went in to use the restroom.
And left their weed in
and
there
then
with
she
the kids.
said, I mean, we did get a drink. And then said, when did you get to the bar? 15 minutes ago. It says slurring her words, noticeably slurring. Police said both women whose names were not released smelled like alcohol and had slurred speech. Both arrested, children taken to the nearby fire department.
No. Dang.
I've only been here for like 15 minutes. I just had to pee. Leave me alone, you bitches. I'm the boss of you. You're the boss of me. My kids are fine.
They're used to it.
Yeah. I left the windows cracked. That's the law. You even know about the law, officer? I didn't think so. Why don't you go back to cop college?
Ossifer.
Cop college. All right. When we come back, not only are we going to wrap up the show with the daily lines, but also I'm going to qualify someone to win those ACL wristbands. Second chance. Second chance on a Monday. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, swing,
How long has it been since you ditched work for something actually worth it? Emails can wait. Zoom meetings? Forget about them. Skip the 9 to 5 for 9 innings. We're sending you to the ballpark instead. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is giving away pairs of tickets to see the Texas Rangers take on the St. Louis Cardinals Friday, May 30th at Globe Life Field in Arlington. Listen to the Blitz all this week. Jason and Joe will drop a ditch phrase during the show every day. When you hear it, be the first caller at 646-ESPN and win the tickets. And maybe don't mention it to your boss. Hey, you're not playing hooky.
Bueller.
You're honoring America's pastime. Ditch work for the Diamond with South Texas home for the Texas Rangers. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Bundle Deal Days at AutoZone.
Well, I do need a bundle of things.
When you bundle, you save.
Do I save if I bundle oil with an oil filter?
Save up to $12 on that bundle.
What about brake pads and rotors?
Bundle those and the brake pads are free.
Can't save more than free.
You can save on hundreds of deals during Bundle Deal Days. Ends June 2nd at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply. Duralast brake pads only.
This month, law enforcement will be cracking down on drivers and passengers who aren't buckled up. Here's why.
I responded to a crash on the highway where a pickup flipped over multiple lanes of traffic. The driver of the vehicle was missing, and we actually found him underneath the vehicle, unfortunately deceased on scene.
We write seatbelt tickets to save lives.
Out of all the wrecks that I've worked, I've never had to unbuckle a dead body.
Officers are out in force, writing seatbelt citations that can add up to $200. Click it or ticket. This message brought to you by the Texas Department of Transportation.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
San Antonio, Austin, and St. Louis. CordellCordell.com.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Save no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
The coolest summer starts at Target with up to 50% off select Sun Squad pool and outdoor toys and 20% off select favorite day treats with Target Circle. Discover inflatable pools and outdoor toys that'll surely make a big splash this season, while you keep it cool and sweet with the most shareable cookies and frozen snacks under the sun. Hurry! Now through Memorial Day, save up to 50% on select Sun Squad toys and 20% on select favorite day treats with Target Circle, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, I hear Staples prints it all.
Oh, you bet. Posters, banners.
Can you print it all for Father's Day?
Oh, of course. Photo gifts like canvas prints, photo puzzles.
Can you print it all for graduation?
Sure can. Custom cards and invites.
Can you print a huge banner with the grad's picture?
Oh, definitely.
Even an embarrassing baby picture?
Oh, those are the best kind.
I know, right?
Print it all for dads and grads at Staples. And right now, get 40% off custom cards, invites, and photo gifts. N75 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Morning, sir. I stopped you for a seatbelt violation.
But, officer, I was going 2 blocks.
Most crashes happen close to home. Any more excuses?
Okay, I forgot.
Save the excuses and up to $200 in fines. Click it or ticket, day and night. A message from TxDOT.
We had so much fun last week, we're doing it again. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is gearing up once more to send you to the Austin City Limits Music Festival. 9 stages, 2 weekends. More big-time artists than at Texas Tailgate during rodeo season. October 3rd through the 5th, and again October 10th through the 12th. Right up the road in the live music capital of the world. We're talking Sabrina Carpenter, Hosier, Doja Cat, Luke Combs, The Strokes, John Summit, Doechii, Fade, and a whole mess of other artists turned up Zilker Park into the biggest backyard party in Texas. Listen to the Morning Huddle and the Blitz all this week for another shot to win a pair of 3-day wristbands to Weekend 2. We'll crown one lucky winner on each show this Friday, and every qualifier scores a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Cold drinks, hot pizza, 3-day ACL wristbands, fans. Now, that's a South Texas trifecta. Grand Slam in the bottom of the ninth. Want to skip the contest and buy your way in? Head to aclfest.com. But we say, why pay when you can win? With 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah, we may have made a mistake.
We did.
The Simple Plan show, it's not at the Aztec Theater.
A nice place, though. Just a little bit east.
A little east of the Aztec Theater.
Just a little.
In Houston at 713 Music Hall.
Just a little east.
A few blocks down.
Just a few.
So, yeah.
A couple blocks.
Whoever put the V promo together said 713 Music Hall at the Aztec Theater.
And if you miss them there, and 2 weeks later, they're going to be in Riga, Latvia.
Oh, the Latvian leg of the tour?
Yeah. They go to Houston, and then they go to Irving to the pavilion there, the Toyota Music Place, and then off to Spain, Italy, Switzerland, Czechia.
Oh,
they're at the Kolovsky Vinhardy.
Czechia, not Chechnya.
No, not. That's what I said. That's why it took me a second. Well, CZECHIA.
Yeah, Czechia, which used to be the Czech Republic.
Well, but not Chechnya.
Right.
Those dudes are tough. The Chechens are pretty tough too, man.
Chechens are. That's like that's the Russian. That's desert Russians. That's like the scariest kind of Russians.
Then they'll be back in Vegas in October.
Okay.
Then back in Berlin.
I bet you could trade 2 tickets to the Houston show for like 8 Latvian shows.
You think? And if you're not down for Latvia, you can check them out in Oslo and Riga.
Now, Oslo's it's going to be more expensive there.
Zurich, probably the most expensive. Yeah.
All right. Here's something, though, that is going to be free. We're going to qualify someone right now to win ACL wristbands for week 2 and a $50 Mellow Mushroom gift card. Simple as that. Let's go with maybe we should do it. We should do a throwback to something that happened earlier in the show. You know what? The first person to call in and tell Edwin where I went and saw a comedy show last night, what street I was on for the comedy show that I went to. Now we're going to see who listened to all damn day. Oh, yeah. That person is going to be qualified. So let's see if anyone listened all day. If they did, they're going to be rewarded. If not, people are just going to have to start guessing. But the first person to call in and give that street name will qualify for 2 ACL wristbands for week 2 of ACL this year, plus a Mellow Mushroom gift card. And, of course, ACL, we're doing it again all week. You can listen to the Morning Huddle and the Blitz. Get registered for your chance to win a pair of Day 3 wristbands to weekend number 2, Zilker Park in Austin. 9 stages, 2 weekends, October 3rd through the 5th. Again, October 10th through the 12th in the live music capital of the world. Sabrina Carpenter, Hozier, Doja Cat, Luke Combs, The Strokes, and more. Picking one winner on each show this Friday, and every qualifier each day will win a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom at 1604 and Stone Oak. Single-day tickets still available at aclfest.com. All right. Does Edwin know? He probably doesn't know. Edwin doesn't listen to the show. You make sure you let him know.
I'm waiting for him to walk in.
Okay. All right. Let's do what we always do. Let's wrap up the show taking a look at the Daily Lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the Daily Lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
Let's take a look at some odds on the series lines, the series prices. Looking at 3 franchises. 3 of the 4 franchises have never won an NBA title. How about that?
I'm not surprised. Well,
Might have a first-time winner.
I bet we do.
There are 4 players on the 4 remaining teams that have won an NBA title or been in the finals. That's it. You know who they are?
Of all that's left that have won or have been?
How many of these players have been in a finals?
Oh, Man,
Well, there's 4, but, I mean, can you name any of them?
off the top of my head, I can't come up with a starter other than no.
OG Anunoby got a ring for the Raptors,
Yeah.
but did not play due to an injury.
I remember him down. He was the
Dante DiVincenzo won a ring in 2021, but he got hurt in the first round and didn't play in the rest of the playoffs. The other 2 played major roles. One of them still playing a major role, the other not playing a major role anymore. PJ Tucker on the 2021 Bucks team was a major factor. I'm surprised he hasn't been on more finals teams. PJ Tucker's played for everybody, and he always shows up in the play. Like he's a
winner, is what he is. Yeah.
But he played a big role in that 2021 team. And then Alex Caruso.
Oh, that's right. He did get him a ring.
Won a ring in the bubble for the Lakers.
That's right. I forgot about the bubble ring.
So pretty cool little trivia there. But the lines for the conference finals: Pacers plus 135, Knicks minus 155.
I think that's New York money, man.
The Thunder. What do you think the Thunder line is for the series?
4. I mean, let's see. 2.
No, so Nick, I'm talking about like the plus minus number.
I'm going to say minus. So what were the Knicks at? 150?
155.
200?
Minus 355.
So prohibitive favorites.
Yeah. Plus 285.
God, no respect for Minnesota.
No. To win the title, Pacers are 7-1. Knicks are plus 550. Timberwolves plus 475. Thunder minus 175.
Make some money. I'm going to bet on the Pacers.
And all those are according to betonline.ag.
I'm going to put 20 on the Pacers right now.
Are you? I
know. That's why I'm going to put them on right now. But if you're of the 4 and you're telling me it's 7-1, I'll take that.
Here's my question. So Wednesday's game 1 of the Pacers-Knicks. Knicks are 4-point favorites. Who do you think wins game 1?
Oh, they're in
New York.
The Knicks.
Okay, then don't bet until game 2 because you'll get a better price on the Pacers
if
once
I
they're
believe
down
in them
again.
that much. Yeah, okay, I agree with that. But I do think of the puncher's chance. I like Indiana, especially over the Nets or the Knicks.
Well, I think the Pacers are going to beat the Knicks. I like their series price. I just don't think anybody's beating the Thunder.
Yeah, I agree.
Tomorrow, the current lines are Thunder minus 7.5. For game 1.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, the Wednesday line is Knicks minus 4 against the Pacers.
One thing I know for sure, I do like OKC first half.
So here's my question: OKC, what they do, if they beat you, they usually beat the snot out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Rarely does Oklahoma City barely win. Like it's an avalanche. It starts to roll on you. You said that's a lot. Oklahoma City minus 7.5. Is Minnesota greater than, equal to the Nuggets?
Greater than.
Are they?
Yeah, I do. I think they're greater than. Look at their record since the first of the year. They're better than they were.
Okay.
You know, that's not saying a whole lot because I do think Denver came in with an excuse. You know, they had their injuries and a backup coach, but I do think that sum total of talent minus the fact that Joker's on that team, I think there's a little bit more in Minnesota.
Because the Thunder were 8.5-point favorites in Game 7, so they're saying the Timberwolves are a point better than the Nuggets. I don't feel like that's egregious.
No, I think that's about right. That just seems like an awfully big number for a finals game for a team that might be a little tired, but they do have the rhythm, and Minnesota's going to have to shake it off.
This Thunder team getting a lot of respect. I think rightfully so.
Right, yeah.
The conference finals are set in hockey as well. The Florida Panthers are at Carolina. Edmonton is at Dallas to start it. Panthers minus 125, Hurricanes plus 105 in the series. Edmonton and Dallas, straight pick 'em, baby. Minus 110 both ways. So that's the lines. Their games start tomorrow and Wednesday as well. So they're on the same schedule as the NBA right now.
I have no dog in the fight, but my thought about this is anybody but the Panthers for me. As we talk about parity around the rest of the sports, feels like there's a team from Florida winning a hockey championship every year.
I don't really want Dallas to win.
Well, I don't dislike Dallas, but maybe I'm going to jump in on the Oilers. I'll be an Edmonton fan.
Okay. I think that's a good place to jump in. Major League Baseball. The Chicago Cubs and Ben Brown start us off today. They're in Miami to take on Edward Cabrera and the Marlins. The Cubbies minus 180 favorites on the road. Nick Lodolo goes for the Reds. They're in Pittsburgh. Mitch Keller going for the Pirates. Reds minus 120 on the road as well. Another road favorite. Seems like a lot of those today. Kodai Senga and the Mets. The ghost forkball, Rob.
Do you think he has 4 strikeouts in him?
Usually does.
All right, we'll
usually
go,
does.
On your DFS, I'll go more than 3.5.
They are minus 130 at Boston. The Red Sox sending Hunter Dobbins to the mound. Colton Gordon goes for the Astros. They're at Tampa. Ryan Pepiot goes for the Rays. Rays minus 135. Luis Castillo and the Mariners, a massive road favorite, minus 205. That's because they're taking on the White Sox. Davis Martin and the White Sox plus 170 on the comeback. Logan Allen and the Guardians are at Minnesota. Bailey Ober going for the Twins. Twins minus 140. Dean Kramer and the Orioles, who fired their manager over the weekend. The Orioles stink, and everybody thought the Orioles were going to be good. Yeah, that's a firing. They do stink. They are plus 105 in Milwaukee, taking on Quinn Priester and the Brew Crew. Tigers are in St. Louis today, taking on Sonny Gray. Cardinals minus 155. Christopher Sanchez goes for the Phillies. They are also a massive road favorite, minus 245. So you can guess who they're playing. If it's not the White Sox, it's got to be the Colorado Rockies. Correct. Kyle Freeland and the Rockies, 200 on the comeback. Chris Bubich, plus 115. They're at the Giants. Robbie Ray goes for San Fran. Jose Soriano and the LA Angels are at the A's. JT Ginn going for the A's. A's minus 140. Brandon Pfaadt goes for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're plus 125 in LA, taking on Landon Knack and the LA Dodgers. Dodgers minus 150.
10 strikeouts between those two?
No.
I don't think so either.
I do not think so, and that's a big number for a couple guys who I don't consider to be big-time strikeout guys. Although I lost a bunch of money betting on the Dodgers this weekend. I thought they were going to smoke the Angels, and last 2 days, no-showed. Angels whooped their ass, so that's embarrassing, Dodgers. Get it together. Are you guys even a real baseball team or
They're
what?
Not.
Pathetic.
Just a bunch of stars.
Pathetic. One game in the Lady Basketball Association tonight, the WNBA, the Seattle Storm, 3-point favorites in Dallas, taking on the Wings.
I like the Storm.
Yeah, I'm not. I won't be spreading my wings. I'm on the Storm as well. 3-point favorites on the road. Yeah, Paige Beckers ain't saving that crumb bum team. Wings suck.
Paige Beckers.
That's it for us, friends. We are all done. We'll be back and do it again tomorrow, though. Don't you worry your pretty little head. This show I like to dedicate to my friend Kitty Big Balls, Uncle Baby Billy. Blitz coming up at 2.
Riding the work with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Bundle Deal Days at AutoZone.
Well, I do need a bundle of things.
When you bundle, you save.
Do I save if I bundle oil with an oil filter?
Save up to $12 on that bundle.
What about brake pads and rotors?
Bundle those and the brake pads are free.
Can't save more than free.
You can save on hundreds of deals during Bundle Deal Days. Ends June 2nd at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply. Duralast brake pads only.
Something amazing is happening when power outages strike. Teams are powering through them. That's because CDW Solutions architects are building more resilient IT and electrical infrastructures with Schneider Electric. With EcoCare remote monitoring services and 24/7 support, your organization can do more than keep the lights on. Schneider Electric and CDW make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/SchneiderElectric.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19